Hey, hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live problem solving session on reasoning ability brought to you by Talent Sprint. I hope all of you are doing well, both in terms of your preparation and health, and you're fully geared up, almost fully geared up for the IBPS PO exam, which is just about 2 weeks away, right? 7th of October is the first lot. By the way, the admit cards for IBPS PO preliminary examinations have been released, and I hope all of you have downloaded yours already and have got to know the date on which your exam is scheduled, because it's very important that you find out the date of your exam and plan your preparation accordingly for the rest of the days, right? It could be 7th of October or it could be 15th of October. Just find out the date and then strategize your preparation for the last few days accordingly so that you can maximize your chances of selection, right? Remember, what you do in these 10-14 days left for your exam is really gonna be very important in your performance, right? I mean, it's definitely going to have a impact on your performance. Now, positive or negative, it's in your control, right? So find out the examination date and continue preparation. I can see date and times coming in here, right? Arpita says her exam is on 7th of October. Alok has got it on 14th. Isha says it is first day, first show, right? Bhavani's exam is on 14th. Vinod has got it on 7th, 8th, right? Ashish says first day's paper is easy compared to the other papers. I don't think these things really are planned this way, right? That the first paper is easy when compared to the rest of the day. So don't get swayed by all these nonsense being spread over, right? I mean, I'm not talking about you guys alone, but even otherwise you'll find many people talking that first slots are easy or first slot is difficult and all that stuff. Just don't get don't depend too much on those things. All right. Yeah, Balchandran says his exam is on 8th at 8 a.m. So I think we've got people who've got exams on all the 4 slots there. I mean, all the 4 days at least: 7th of October, 8th of October, 14th October, and 15th October as well. Right? Good. So good to see that you are updated about all the stuff happening around IBPS exams. You've already downloaded your admit card, and I hope your preparation is also up to date, right? I think in terms of learning, you must be fully ready now, right? You must have learned all the concepts across all the topics. All you need to do now is just keep practicing more and more. Yeah. Neeraj Jha has got a question here, right? I mean, before we get into the discussion about reasoning ability, if you have got any general question in specific, please feel free to post it here so that I can address the same before we start solving reasoning questions chosen from the forum. Yeah, so Neeraj Jha says this is an off-topic item. I'm losing focus towards target by some distractions. Any words of wisdom, please? I think, Neeraj, I'll be able to help you if you can elaborate a little bit and tell me what are these distractions, because it depends on what level are you getting distracted, right? Is WhatsApp distracting you, or is your girlfriend distracting you, or is it something else that is letting you lose your focus, right? So yeah, throw some light on what's actually happening, and then maybe I think, or for anything my answer would be same. I mean, you have to be, like I've always said, right? At least in the last few sessions I've mentioned this, that anything that you do in these days, right, you should decide if it is going to help me move towards my goal. Assuming your goal is to crack IBPS PO exam. If your answer is yes, then do it. If your answer is no, then definitely don't do it. Yeah. Okay. So while Neeraj comes out with some details on his question, let me move on. We have chosen some questions from the discussion forum as usual, right? I think there are many questions on syllogisms that have been posted in the last few days. So there'll be some syllogism based questions that we'll be discussing today. And there are, of course, some arrangements and other topics as well. I hope you have started seeing a difference in the way the questions are getting answered in the forum, right? I mean, we have got a team here headed by Gayatri, who's answering many questions in the discussion forum itself, right? Be it quantitative aptitude or reasoning ability. In fact, we have found that there are a lot of questions which are being answered by your fellow students, right, by your friends here. So if the solution is found to be correct, the team would also go and endorse that solution, saying that yes, this is the right solution, you can just stick to it, right? So I would request you all to just keep checking if your questions have been answered and follow the solutions there. Anything that has been left unanswered is chosen for the session today. So without wasting a second anymore, let me quickly jump to the discussion. What I'll do now is share my screen with you all, which has got all these questions chosen. I'll present these to you one after the other, and then we will look at the smart solutions. Okay, by the way, let me also remind that we have started the IBPS PO refresher series, the first session of which was done on Monday, I think 18th of September at 7 p.m. It was on quantitative aptitude. The series this year has been launched in tie-up with GradeUp. I'm sure all of you know about GradeUp. So the second session as a part of the series will be held tomorrow at 7 p.m. and that's going to be on reasoning ability. So if you have missed out on the first session, don't panic. The recorded archive is available for you to watch. And yes, don't miss the second one, which is coming up tomorrow at 7 p.m. within your Talent Sprints learning platform, right? It is going to be on reasoning ability, where we'll be solving some very interesting questions chosen from the GradeUp papers. Okay, so that's about an important announcement. Let me now share the screen and present the first question to you all, which is on your screens now. This was posted by Abhi Tripathi. Abhi Tripathi had posted this. This is on some sort of arrangement, I guess, right? It says 7 persons, P, Q, R, S, T, U, and V, were born in the year 1996, 99, 2004, 2009, 2012, and 2016. Not necessarily in the same order. Everyone shared the same birth date, which is 1st of January. All calculations are done with respect to their present ages as on 1st January 2017. So I think 6 points have been given. All we have to do is find out which person was born in which year. And I think once you are done that, you can answer the 4 or 5 questions very easily. So I'll leave you with this for about 3 to 4 minutes, at least 3 to 4 minutes, and your clock starts now. Let's see how many of you get the right answer to this one. Meanwhile, I see Monica posting that I had put up a question from puzzle and got the solution but didn't know how to approach. Please take that question from the puzzle. All right, Monica, we'll see if we can take it up in the session today itself, or we have to maybe take it up in the next session. Okay, Nilesh Chaudhary has already got the answer. He says the order should be QTURPS. QTURPS. I think there's 7 persons, Nilesh. I don't see one of the persons. V, you have not mentioned about V there. Anyways, I'll wait for others to respond. Any more answers coming in? Okay, I want you guys to keep me posted about what's happening. Are you guys trying it out? You're stuck, you don't want to solve it, you want me to solve it? What is happening? Isha has mentioned that she's stuck. Good to know that. Not good to know that you're stuck, but good to know that you have tried it already and you're stuck. Others? Trying? Okay, Avanti, Bhavani, Franja, Malbika, Naman Agarwal, Mamta, Anshul. These guys are trying. Naman has already got the answer, I guess. Chalo, so the fact that you guys are trying, I'll give you maybe 1 more minute. You have to be really quick. So speed up and get the answer. All right, I think I've given you enough time. Let's try it out now. Yeah. I see Hepzibah just joining the session. Good to see you. Welcome. And anyway, we are in the first question itself, which is on arrangements. Basically, we have to arrange 7 persons based on their year of birth. Okay. Yeah, so see, answers have started coming in, and this is why I was waiting, because it is good to know that you have got the answer yourself, right? Dhruv Sharma, Neeraj, Suresh, and Anurag, and Surya Prakash is struck, but Leela Devi and others have got it. Okay. Just a second, I've lost the chat completely. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So I think time to discuss this. I cannot spend any more time. I mean, I cannot give you any more time. You anyway have very limited time in the exam. So let's get started. So what we're going to do now is discuss a question on arrangements. This was posted by one of our students, Abhi Tripathi, in our discussion forum in the Talent Sprints online program. And this is like you must have seen, based on arrangement of 7 persons based on their years of birth, right? 7 persons have born in 7 different years, and some data around that has been given to us. We have to just arrange these persons based on their date of birth, and then there will be 5 questions asked along with it, which are very easy to answer. I mean, once you have done the arrangement, then you can answer the questions very easily. So let me pose the question to you all. So here's the question. Right? 7 persons P, Q, R, S, T, U, and V were born in the year 1990, 1996, 1999, 2004, 2009, 2012, and 2016. Not necessarily in the same order. Everyone shared the same birth date. Everyone shared the same birth date, which is 1st of January. All calculations are done with respect to their present ages as on 1st January 2017. So all the calculations have been done with respect to their present ages, which is with respect to the date 1st January 2017. So basically, if you see, we have got 7 persons here, right? 7 persons are P, Q, R, S, T, U, and V, and there are 7 different years of birth: 1990, 96, 99, 2004, 2009, 2012, and 2016. So all we need to do is find out which person was born in which year, right? And all the persons were born on the same date, right? 1st of January, and all the calculations are with respect to 1st January 2017. So we don't really have to struggle with those, different months within a same year, right? I mean, it would have been a little more complex if 2 persons were born in the same year, but in different months. Then you'll also have to do a little bit of calculation on, which month comes ahead of, which month, and accordingly find out who is elder and who is younger, etc. But here everything is with respect to 1st Jan 2017, and each one of them was born on 1st Jan. So that makes it a little simpler. Okay, now there are 5 or 6 clues given to us. Look at the clues. Difference between T's and U's age is same as the difference between P's and S's age. T was born before the year 2000. Q was elder to T. R was 5 years elder to P. U is elder to R but younger to Q. At least one person was born between T and R. At least one person was born between T and R. So let me start explaining this to you all. I think the first step here is to find out their age in terms of years. See, we have been given the year of birth here, right? The birth years have been given, but when you're trying to use these clues, you got to know their age in terms of years. Like for example, he says difference between T's and U's age is same as difference between P's and S age. So I should know how old is T, how old is U, etc. It will be difficult to work with the birth years here. So what we'll do is, for all the years 1990, 1996 and so on up to 2016, let's calculate the year with respect to 2017, the age with respect to 2017. Like for example, the guy who was born in 1990, what will be his age in 2017? He'll be 27 years old, right? This person is going to be 27 years old. Simple difference. 2017 difference, 1990, 27. How about 1996? 21 years old. 1999, the guy would be 18 years old. 2004, this person is going to be 13 years old. 2009, he was born in 2009. So with respect to 2017, today his age will be 8 years, right? Then 2012 and 2017 is 5, 2017 and 2016 is 1. So these are their ages, right? What are the numerical values here? 27 years, 21 years, 18 years, 13 years, 8 years, 5 years and 1 year with respect to the year now. So we know the numbers, okay? So basically we have got, let's say, persons P, Q, R, S, T, U and V, and there are different values. Now look at the clues. Clue number 1, difference between T's and U's age is same as the difference between P's and S's age. So difference between T and U is same as the difference between P and S. So what does it mean? T difference U will be equal to P difference S. Now this is not a very good way to start the arrangement, right? Because there are multiple values possible for T. T could be any of these 7 values, right? Again, there are multiple values possible for U, P and S, right? So trying to find out where the difference would be same, for which 4 values the difference between each pair would come out to be same, is a little difficult thing to comprehend, right? So let's leave it at this point. We will see if this is really the starting point. I mean, see, whenever you're doing these arrangements, right, the one thing that you have to understand is, don't start with the first point always. Choose the point which is easiest to start with. All right, always try to find out which is the best way to start the solution. So I don't see this to be the best way to start the solution. Okay, so I'll keep it on hold, move to the next point. T was born before the year 2000. T was born before the year 2000. Now, if T was born before the year 2000, what are the possible values for T? See, before the year 2000, there are only 3 years here, 1990, 1996 and 1999. So I can say T will be any one of these. T could be equal to 27 or 21 or 18. Right, I think I'll just shift the writing a little bit so that we can note down the clues. Okay. Based on the point given here, T was born before 2000, meaning what? T is equal to either 27 years old or 21 years old or 18 years old. These are the 3 possible values of T. Q was elder to T. Now understand this. This is again interesting. Q was elder to T. Q was elder to meaning what? Elder to T. If T is 18 years old, Q could be 21 or 27. Q is elder to T, right? So Q should be elder. So if Q is 18, see what are the possible values? If T is 18, there are only 3 possible values for T. There are only 3 possible values for T, 27, 21 or 18. If T is 18, Q would be 21 or 27. So possible values of Q, 21 or 27. If T is 21, what will be the value of Q? 27. Q was elder to T. So T can be 18, then the possible values of Q are 21 and 27. T can be 21, in that case Q will be 27. What happens if T is 27 years old? Can T be 27 years old? Well, if T is 27 years old and this point which states Q is elder to T do not go with each other, right? Because there's no age more than 27 years here. So very clearly T cannot be 27 years old. So one option is eliminated. T cannot be 27 years old. T can either be 18 or 21, but T cannot be 27, because if T is 27, we don't have a choice for Q, right? So T could be 18 or 21, and accordingly Q will be 21 or 27. If T is 18, Q can be 21 or 27. If T is 21, Q can be 27. All right. Next, R was 5 years elder to P. R was 5 years elder to P. Now look at this. R was 5 years elder to P. So R is equal to P plus 5. Now this is an important point, I guess. Right? There's only one difference that we need to look at. R difference P should be equal to 5. R minus P should be equal to 5. Right? R minus P has to be equal to 5. R minus P should be equal to 5. Now look at this. Which values? See, what are the values that we have? These are the values that we have, right? So find out where the differences are 5. Where is the difference possible 5? If there's only one pair where the difference is 5, it's easy. If there are multiple pairs, then we'll have to consider multiple possibilities. So what could be the values of P? See, understand the numbers are 27, 21, 18, 13, 8, 5 and 1. I think the only pairs where the difference is 5 is 18 and 13 and 13 and 18. Yes or no? 18 minus 13 is 5, 13 minus 8 is 5. Anything else? Not possible. 8 minus 5 is 3, 5 minus 1 is 4, 21, 18 it is 3, 27, 21 it is 6. So I think this tells us that there are two values here. What are the values of R and P? What are the possible values of R and P? R can be 18 or R can be 13. If R is 18, P would be 13. If R is 13, P will be 8. Right? These are the two sets that we have. R can be 18, then P will be 13 because R minus P should be 5. R can be 13, in that case P will be 8. Right? So there are two cases I can say. There are two possible cases I can say. Then next point here is U is elder to R but younger to Q. U is elder to R but younger to Q. So I think pictorially if I have to represent, U is elder to R but younger to Q. So R is less than U is less than Q. Right? U should be less than Q but U should be greater than R. U should be less than Q but greater than R. Right? U should be greater than R but less than Q. And the last point is at least one person was born between T and R. At least one person was born between T and R. So between T and R there is at least one person. Okay, between T and R there is at least one person. Fine. Yeah, I think this is a very key point. This is the most important point I would say. Now that we have already come to some conclusions about the ages of R and T. See, R can be 18 or 13, T can be 21 or 18. These are the only two possible values for T and only two possible values for R. So try to use this point now. He says there should be at least one person born between T and R. There should be at least one person between T and R. Now try and understand. If R is equal to 18, see, we know that T is definitely greater than R. The possible values of T are 21 and 18. The possible values of R are 18 and 13. So if R is equal to 18, for example, if you consider that R is 18, where should T be? T should be 27. T has to be 27. Because there should be at least one person, minimum one person should be there between T and R. So if R is equal to 18, T cannot be 21, T has to be 27. But can T be 27? No, we have already eliminated T possibility as 27. T cannot be 27 for whatever reason, right? Because if T is 27, Q has to be elder than T, which is not possible. So T, we know that T cannot be 27. If T cannot be 27, then R cannot be 18. So R 18 is ruled out. R cannot be 18. If R is not 18, P cannot be 13. So now the only possibility is R has to be 13 years. And in that case, P has to be 8 years. You're able to follow? R has to be 13 years and then P has to be 8 years. One possibility of R is ruled out because if R is 18, T has to be 27, which is not possible. So I think now you can start fixing up the values. I mean, if I have to just draw one simple table, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, let's say, right? Who are the persons? P, Q, R, S, T, U, and V. So what is R? R is equal to 13. We know that if R is 13, P has to be 8. So these two are fixed, right? And by the way, if R is, let's say, 13, if R is 13, then the only choice is T cannot be 18. See, what are the possible values of T, 21 or 18? If R is 13, definitely R is 13. So when R is 13, can T be 18? T cannot be 18 because there should be at least one person between T and R. So T cannot be 18. Yes or no? T 18 is also ruled out. T cannot be 18. T cannot be 18. The only possible value for T is 21. So T has to be 21. If T is 21, Q cannot be 21. See, the possible values for Q are 21 or 27. 21 has already been taken up by T. So Q cannot be 21. Q has to be 27. So Q is 27. Q is 27. Right? Q is 27. So I think this is done. This point is done. This point is done. We have also used this point. Now U is elder to R but younger to Q. U should be between R and Q. you should be between R and Q. So between R and Q, see, R is 13 and Q is 27. So between 13 and 27, you're able to follow. R is 13, this is R, and Q is 27, this is Q. So U has to be between R and Q, meaning you can be 21 or 18. You can be 21 or 18. But 21 is already gone for T. Yes or no? 21 is already gone for T. So U has to be 18. There is no other choice. Right? U has to be between R and Q. Between R and Q, there are only two possible values, 21 and 18, of which 21 has been taken up by T. So U has to be 18 years old. Now only two persons are left out, S and V. Do we have any data for S and V? No. So I think that has to be done using this point here. T difference U is equal to P difference S. What is T difference U? See, the difference between T and U is 3. Difference between T and U is 3. So difference between P and S should also be 3. P is already 8. So if P is 8, what should be S? S should be 5, because difference between 8 and 5 is also 3. Right? So S should be 5 years. That's it, which means V has to be 1 year old. And we are done. Right? So P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, their ages are 8 years, 27 years, 13 years, 5 years, 21 years, 18 years, and 1 year. And accordingly, you find out the years. I mean, year of birth. Like 8 years is for 2009. 27 years, 1990. 13 years, 2004. 5 years is 2012. 21 years is 1996. 18 years is 1999. And 1 year is 2016. Now, there will be 5 questions with this data. Right? 5 questions along with this data. You can answer the 5 questions very easily. Okay, so the given clues are all required for us to find out the ages. Please do not go by the length of the explanation, right? I was explaining each and every point in detail, so it has taken so much of time. When you do it yourself, you can very quickly eliminate these possibilities and find out what the correct answer is, right? I mean, you just have to play with these possible values and fill the gaps. All right. So I would say it is an easy one, not really complex. It would take not more than 3 minutes for you to do the solution in the exam, right? All you have to be careful about is look at all the clues or points given to you. Find out the best point to start with. Find out something that gives you a definite data, right? Don't try to start with possibilities unless there is no other way, right? Here, like for example, if you start with the first point itself, T difference U equals to P difference S, you'll get a number of possibilities, right? So try to find out if there is some fixed information given to you, fill those gaps first, and then that will help you reduce the number of possibilities, and you can arrive at the answer very easily. Okay, so very quickly eliminate the possibilities that you get and keep filling the gaps to solve these type of questions. I hope all of you have followed this. Should we go for the next one? Should we go for the next question? All right, let me present the next question to you all. I am sure all of you have followed this. If not, you can watch the recorded video once it gets uploaded tomorrow. Okay, now let me take something on machine input output. This was posted by Suresh. Again, Suresh has not posted the questions along with this data, along with this illustration. He's only given us the illustration in the question. Okay, so if you can understand the logic behind this rearrangement, you can solve the questions accordingly. So let us spend some time and decipher the logic behind this. The question is on your screens now. Posted by Suresh. So you can see that there's an input given to you followed by 7 steps. 7 step, of course, is the output. Suresh has not given us any other data here, like the questions or the directions. So let's assume that 5 questions are asked along with it. Right, there will be another input given to you based on which you have to answer the 5 questions. But for you to do anything, you must know what is the process behind this rearrangement. What is the logic behind the output and what is the process behind the rearrangement. So I'll leave you all with this for, let's say, 2 minutes. Let's see if you can decipher the logic. The clock has started. Avanti says, sir, I'm drawing many possibilities. How to reduce that? Avanti, that's exactly what I've explained you, right? Never start with possibilities. Try to find out something which is concrete, something which is definite from the data. That will help you reduce the number of possibilities. Yeah? I am hoping you guys are trying it out. Let me know if you have cracked the logic behind the output. I think it's all about the output there. Arrangement is very easy. One more minute is what you have. Okay, so logics have started coming in here. Dhruv Sharma says first is consonant and then vowel, and for the number evens highest and then odd and so on. Okay, but first is consonant then vowel is not satisfied throughout, right? I mean, how do you decide which consonant should come first? Consolidated starts with a consonant, union starts with a vowel, theatre starts with a consonant, institution starts with a vowel, palm starts with a consonant, European starts with a vowel. But why is the sequence C, T and P when it comes to consonants? Somebody says consonants are all in increasing order. It is not. The consonant C is letter number 3. The consonant T is letter number 20. The consonant P is letter number 16. 3, 20 and 16 is not an increasing or decreasing order. So check your logic, right? Don't jump to a conclusion very quickly. See if it is really satisfying all the conditions. Revan says even goes with consonant, odd goes with vowel. Well, I think that has already been understood. Good, but you have to tell me why is the sequence of consonants in that fashion. Okay, so I think we have spent enough time. Let me discuss the solution with you all. Here we go. So this question here was posted by Suresh. As you all can see, it is on machine input output. So Suresh has given us the input followed by 7 steps. I'm assuming that step 7 here is the last step, right? This is the output. And of course, the other directions have not been given, but let's assume that, based on this illustration given here, we have to answer the 5 questions asked along with it. Usually what happens in machine input output is you will be given an illustration like what you can see here. Then another input is given to you. You have to follow the same process, apply the same rearrangement process on the given input, and then answer the 5 questions. Okay. So answering the questions is not really difficult. What is the most important part here is to understand what is the logic behind this output. Why did we get the output in this fashion? And then how did we get that output using this step-by-step process? Okay. So look at the input here: 34 institutions, 12, 50, palm, theatre, union, 45, 57, European, 35, and consolidated. So it's a mix of words and numbers, right? Now, like we have discussed in our videos of machine input output, the first step is to look at the last step. Do not look at step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 and so on. Directly jump to the last step, because the last step will help you understand the logic. The last step will tell you why do we need this kind of why do we need this kind of an output, and then you can look at the rearrangement process. Now look at the last step. What are the observations? 50 consolidated, 57 union, 34 theatre, 45 institutions, 12 palm, 35 European. So first observation is what? numbers and words are in alternate positions, right? Number, word, number, word, number, word, number, word. So numbers and words are in alternate positions starting with a number. Now look at the numbers. What is the sequence? Numbers are 50, 57, 34, 45, 12, 35. And of course, no number has changed with respect to the input, right? Input had got the same numbers. We have solved some questions where we have seen that the numbers change from the input to the output, but here nothing like that. Same numbers have been used. But why have the numbers been arranged in this fashion? What is the logic? 50, then 57, then 34, then 45, then 12, and then 35. Well, if you observe, these are alternate even and odd numbers. Even number, odd number, even number, odd number, even number, odd number. Now look at all the even numbers. 50, 34, and then 12. What is it? Decreasing order or descending order, right? Very clearly. Look at the odd numbers, 57, 45, 45 to 35, right? Odd numbers are also in descending order, right? So we are choosing descending order for the numbers. Again, numbers have been arranged in such a way that we have even and odd coming in alternate positions. So I think with respect to numbers, it's very easy. You take numbers starting with even number followed by an odd number and so on, and all the numbers, all the even numbers are in descending order, odd numbers also in descending order. Now comes the words. What's the logic behind the words? Look at the words consolidated, union, theater, institutions, palm, European. So let me clear this numbering part that we have done. Let's work with the words now. What do you think is the logic behind the words? Yeah. Now that's actually a little typical, but I think what really works is this. See, the words are consolidated, union, theater, institutions, palm, and European. Yeah. Now look at the words, right? Consolidated, union, theater, institutions, palm, European. These are neither in alphabetical order nor in reverse alphabetical order. I mean, that's what we usually see, right? Some alphabetical or reverse alphabetical order. Here it is not so, right? Neither alphabetical nor reverse alphabetical. But again, if you look at the alternate positions, the alternate words are starting with consonants. C, T, and P. These are all consonants. So words starting with consonants. And look at these other alternate words, U, I, and E, vowels. So clearly, like we have arranged numbers in a fashion where we have even and odd coming in alternate positions, the words have been arranged in a fashion where we have words starting with consonants and words starting with vowels coming in alternate positions. So that's very clear. But then, why is the sequence U, I, E here for vowels, and why is the sequence C, T, P for consonants? I think with respect to vowels, it's very easy. Look at the vowels here. U, I, and E. These are in reverse alphabetical order. Reverse order of vowels, right? U, I, E. U is, that 21st letter of the English alphabet. This is 9th letter of the English alphabet. This is 5th letter of the English alphabet. So vowels are in reverse alphabetical order. Right? Vowels have been arranged in reverse alphabetical order, which is clear. But that is not the case with consonants. Look at the consonants C, T, and P. Now C, T, P are neither in alphabetical order nor in reverse alphabetical order. If it was C, P, T, C, P, T would mean alphabetical order, right? C, 3rd letter, P is the 16th letter, T is the 20th letter. Or it should be T, P, C, but that's not the case. Here it is C, then T, then P. So what's the logic here? Well, the logic is a little typical, but that's how it works, right? I mean, you may or may not get this logic in the exam, but it is based on that. The entire arrangement process is based on cracking that logic. The logic for consonants here, I mean, the word starting with consonants here is supposedly the number of letters in these words starting with consonants. For example, look at the word consolidated. How many letters do we find here? 3, 6, 9, and 12. This is a 12-letter word. Look at the word theater, right? Starting with consonant. How many letters do we have here? 3, 6, and 7. 7 letters. And look at the word palm. 4 letters. So the words starting with consonants have been arranged in a way that the number of letters in these words are in the decreasing order. Number of letters are in decreasing order. 12-letter word, 7-letter word, 4-letter word. So what's the logic here? The number of letters are in decreasing order. So too many points to be observed here, right? So if I have to give you an overall explanation in the logic of this output, we have words and numbers in alternate positions starting with numbers. Number, word, number, word, number, word, and so on. Within numbers, we have got numbers arranged in a way that we have odd numbers and even numbers in alternate positions. Again, starting with an even number. So even number, odd number, even number, odd number, even number, odd number. Within the even numbers, there is a decreasing order, descending order. Within the odd numbers, there is a descending order. So that's simple with respect to numbers. Look at the words. The words have been arranged in a way where we have words starting with vowels coming in alternate positions, and then in the other alternate positions we have words starting with consonants. I mean, C, T and P are all consonants. U, I and E are vowels. So we have arranged the words in such a way that we have words starting with consonant followed by a word starting with vowel, followed by a word starting with consonant, and so on. Within the words which are starting with vowels, it's very easy to decipher, right? The words are in reverse alphabetical order, right? U followed by I followed by E. Within the words starting with consonants, there is something typical. The words have been arranged in a way that the number of letters in each of these words are in the decreasing order. All this needs to be understood in that limited time that you have in the exam. So it's very important to realize that if you are not able to crack the logic in the first 30-45 seconds of the exam, you better skip and move to the next one. There is no point in wasting your precious time in trying to get the logic of such questions, because you never know how complex it could be. I mean, honestly, I could not crack this question. When it was given to me, I could only work with vowels and numbers, but I was lost with the logic behind the consonants. And it also appears to be typical, right? I mean, why would you do something else for consonants and something else for vowels here? Yeah. Anyways, so that seems to be the logic, and based on this you have to arrange. And arrangement process is very easy. I don't have to explain to the step-by-step arrangement. You know that in the output you need 50 in the first position. So wherever is 50 has been brought to the first position. Right? Everything else has been moved aside. You see, 50 was brought to the first position. All the words and numbers have been just moved aside. So 50 is fixed in the first position. Then what do we need next? We need consolidated, right? Next position we know is consolidated. So wherever is consolidated from step 1 has been brought to step position number 2 in step 2, consolidated. It is fixed now. Then the number 57. Then the number word union, and so on till you get the final output. So arrangement is very easy. What is complex here is the logic. But once you have cracked the logic, you can do the arrangement for the given input very easily and answer the 5 questions asked with it. So Suresh, that's the solution for your question. Not really the solution, the logic and the approach for your question. I think we can jump to the next one now. Okay. So don't panic if you have not been able to crack this. You may not be able to solve such questions in the exam. Be prepared for it, right? It's very important that you learn this shortcut, right? The shortcut to skip the questions. Reasoning, in reasoning, the most important shortcut or smart method is to skip the questions. Skip the questions wisely again. They should have been skipped. Yeah. Chalo, if there are no more questions, I can move to the next one now. Should we go for the next question? Garima Pant says, I have a question from inequality. Garima, please post it in the discussion forum and we will take it up. Don't post the question in the chat here. Post it in the discussion forum and we will take it up in our upcoming live sessions. Let's move to the next one, which is on your screens now. This was posted by Hasibul Rahman. A question on syllogisms. We have got 4 statements and 4 conclusions. You have 1 minute for this and the clock starts now. Quick. Correct? Option C, 1 and 2 follows is the most common response here. Let's take it up now. Here we go. So the question here was posted by Hasibul Rahman. It is on syllogisms, a general question, I guess. 4 statements and 4 conclusions. So let's draw the basic diagram first for the given statements. Some numbers are digits. Some numbers are digits. All digits are alphabets. All the digits are alphabets. No alphabet is a vowel. No alphabet is a vowel, right? And all consonants are vowel. All the consonants are vowel. Please disregard the commonly known facts when you're solving questions from syllogism, right? Don't go and argue with the examiner that how can you say no alphabet is a vowel. If he says no alphabet is a vowel, no alphabet is a vowel, right? Anything given the statement is considered to be definitely true, right? Statements are never false. So that's the basic diagram, right? Basic diagram means minimum overlapping, minimum encroachment. It's very, very important to learn how to draw basic diagram. Learn that through our videos. And only then you'll be able to answer the questions easily. So some numbers are digits. All digits are alphabets. No alphabet is a vowel and all consonants are vowel. That's the diagram. Look at the conclusion now. No digit is a vowel. No digit is a vowel. Definitely true. Because digits are completely encompassed by alphabets. Digits are completely inside alphabet. We know that alphabets cannot touch vowels or vowels cannot touch alphabet. If vowels cannot touch alphabet, how can a vowel touch something inside the alphabet? So no digit is a vowel is true. Definitely true. And I don't even have to check possible diagrams for that. Because any diagram I draw, it will always be the same thing, right? Digits will always be inside alphabet, or at best it can be equal to alphabet. It cannot be more than alphabet. If it cannot be more than alphabet, it cannot touch vowels. No alphabet is a consonant. Same argument. No alphabet is a consonant. Alphabet cannot touch vowels. If alphabet cannot touch vowel, how will alphabet touch consonant? So no alphabet is a consonant is always true. Any diagram you draw, it will always be true, right? So no alphabet is a consonant is also true, right? No alphabet is a consonant. Next. Right, we are done with this, right? Second one, no alphabet is a consonant. Next, no vowel is a number. No vowel is a number. Now, no vowel is a number. If you look at the basic diagram, yes, it appears to be true. No vowel is a number. Vowel and number do not touch at all. Vowel and number do not touch at all. But remember the classical rule when you are solving questions from syllogs, right? If a conclusion satisfies the basic diagram, does not mean that it is true. It has to satisfy all the diagrams. In the first 2 conclusions, we have gone logically. That any diagram you draw, always digits will be inside alphabet, so digit cannot touch vowel. Any diagram you draw, always consonants will be inside vowels, so consonants cannot touch alphabet. But in this case, when he says no vowel is a number, while it satisfies the basic diagram, no vowel is a number, I can draw vowels in a different way, right? For example, let me draw a possible diagram for this one, right? A possible way of drawing vowels is as follows. What did he say? No alphabet is a vowel, right? The statement made here is that no alphabet is a vowel. So if no alphabet is a vowel, right? No alphabet is a vowel. We can draw vowels in this fashion, right? No alphabet is a vowel. Even in this case, no alphabet is a vowel. Alphabets and vowels are not touching each other. This is the basic diagram. This is not the basic diagram, but this is a possible way of drawing it, right? This is a possible way of drawing vowels. Have we gone against the conclusion statements? No. The statement said no alphabet is a vowel. Here also no alphabet is a vowel. They're not touching each other. So look at the conclusion now. He says no vowel is a number. In this case, we have found that vowels and numbers are overlapping with each other, right? There are some vowels which are numbers. There are some vowels which are numbers. So no vowel is a number is actually a false conclusion. It satisfies the basic diagram, but it fails in the possible diagram. Hence, it is false. Hence, it is false. Now look at this one. All vowels are number. All vowels are number. Can all the vowels be number? Well, I mean, if you look at the basic diagram, all vowels are just by looking at the basic diagram, all vowels are number becomes false. Forget about the possible diagram now, right? Let me explain this to you. You have to forget about the possible diagram now. Possibility is out. Look at it in the basic diagram itself. All vowels are number. In the basic diagram itself, vowels and numbers do not touch at all. So how can you say all vowels are number? So this conclusion fails in the basic diagram itself. Hence it is false. Remember, a conclusion which fails in the basic diagram is always false. Sorry. I think I've lost the the drawing that we had done there. But anyway, the conclusion is that second one follows, third one does not follow. Yeah, all vowels are number also does not follow, because all vowels are number fails in the basic diagram itself. Vowels and numbers do not overlap at all. So how can you say all vowels are number, right? So first one true, second one true, third and fourth are false. So your answer should be only 1 and 2 follow, which is option C, right? Only 1 and 2 follow. Only 1 and 2 follow. Clear? And remember, there is no complementary pair here. Do not consider no vowel is a number and all vowels are numbers to be a complementary pair. I repeat, this is not a complementary pair. Right? Don't say either or. It cannot be either or. Right? All those who have said that no vowel is a number and all vowels are numbers should be like either or. Like 1 and 2 follow and either 3 or 4 follow. This is wrong. This is not a complementary pair at all. There are only 2 complementary pairs. No vowel is a number, some vowels are numbers. That's one complementary pair. All vowels are number and some vowels are not numbers. That's the second complementary pair. Right? But this one is not a complementary pair. So if it is not a complementary pair, it cannot be considered as either or at all. Watch the basic video again. To understand this in detail. All right. So the answer to this question is C. Only 1 and 2 follow. And I'm glad that most of you got it right. Only 1 and 2 follow. But some of you had mentioned either or also. Right. Clear? Can we go to the next one? Dhruv Sharma had marked the answer as D. Only 1, 2 and 3 follow. I think there's another person who had marked it as D. Monica marked E. Bharti had marked E. All of you are wrong. Answer is B. If conclusions are given and we are asked to find out statements, then how to do? That's called reverse syllogism. We have already added a few videos on reverse syllogism in your account, guys. Go through those videos. If there are any questions today, I'll see. But reverse syllogism is as simple as syllogisms. All right. Don't really have to worry about it. Just watch those few examples which have been added to your syllogisms topic already. Okay. Let me go to the next one now. The next question on your screens. Again from syllogisms. This was posted by Balachandran. 2 statements and 2 conclusions. Only 2 statements and 2 conclusions. So you have got 30 seconds for this. Let's see how many of you get it right. Jay Krishna has got C, Paras has got B, waiting for more responses. Option 2, option 4, option 3, variety of answers have come in already. Okay, time is up. I'm disappointed that you gave me different answers for the same question here, which is supposedly a simple one. Let's look at the solution. Here we go. So this question here was posted by, sorry, let me. Okay, I seem to have some problem here with my presentation. Allow me a few seconds. Sorry, let me just quickly get this fixed. Allow us a minute. Apologies. All right, apologies for that disturbance caused due to the presentation. I think a lot of answers have come in: option 1, option 3, option 4, option 2, right, and so on. And yeah, time now to discuss this, so let me take it up. Here we go. All right, so here's a syllogism based question posted by your friend Balachandran in our discussion forum. As you can see, 2 statements and 2 conclusions, and we are required to find out which of these conclusions logically follow the given statements, right? So let's try it out. Statement number 1. So what do? We draw the basic diagram first, right? Draw the basic diagram for the given statements. No gem is diamonds. No gem is diamond. So gem and diamonds will not touch each other. No gem is a diamond, right? These two are not going to overlap with each other. And then the next statement says some diamonds are rocks. Some diamonds are rocks. So there's some overlapping between diamonds and rocks. So no gem is a diamond. These two do not touch each other. And then some of the diamonds are rocks, right? Some diamonds are rocks. Now look at the conclusions. Conclusion number 1. All gems are rocks. All gems are rock. In the basic diagram itself, it fails. Because when you observe the basic diagram, gems and rocks do not touch each other at all. There is no overlapping between gems and rocks. So how can you say all gems are rocks? All gems are rocks is false. Definitely false. Second conclusion. Some gems are definitely not rocks. Some gems are definitely not rocks. Well, understand this word definitely here is redundant. Whether the word is given or not, it won't change the meaning of the sentence. Some gems are definitely not rocks is as good as some gems are not rocks. Because by default, a conclusion is supposed to be a definite conclusion, unless possibility is mentioned in the question, in the statement explicitly, right? You understand? When you say conclusion, it is usually a definite conclusion without being very explicit about the word definite there. Suppose the same thing is given with the words possibility, like some gems are not rocks is a possibility. Then it should be taken as possibility. Otherwise, it is definite always. So the point I'm trying to make here is this is as similar as some gems are not rocks. Don't get confused with the word definitely here, right? All of you should understand the word definitely does not add any value to the statement. It is only making it longer. Without the word definite also, it is the same. So basically the conclusion is some gems are not rocks. Some gems are not rocks. Now look at the diagram. Yes, you can say that some gems are not rocks. Some gems are not rocks. Some gems are not rocks. It satisfies the basic diagram. Conclusion 1 failed in the basic diagram itself, but conclusion 2 satisfies the basic diagram. So can you take it as correct? No. Just because it has satisfied the basic diagram does not mean that it is correct. You have to check all the possible diagrams. And I can think of a possible diagram. Let me draw a possible diagram for this one. I can think of a possible diagram where even conclusion 2 will fail. Right? Let me show that to you. Possible diagram. For example, what does the statement say? No gem is a diamond. We have drawn it in this way. No gem is a diamond. Gem and diamond. No gem is a diamond. Right? Then it says some diamonds are rocks. Can you draw rocks in this fashion? Some diamonds are rocks, he said, right? Some diamonds are rocks. You see, some diamonds are rocks. Some diamonds are rocks. In this possible diagram, you find that all the gems have come inside rocks. Have we violated any of the statements? No. The statement said no gem is a diamond. Yes, no gem is a diamond. These two do not touch each other. Then second statement says some diamonds are rocks. Yes, some diamonds are rocks. I have not gone against any of the statement. But I find that some gems are not rocks. Some gems are not rocks goes wrong here. All the gems have become rocks. All the gems are inside rocks. When all the gems are inside rocks, can you say some gems are not rocks? No. So this also is wrong. So conclusion 1 does not follow. Conclusion 2 also does not follow. Are you able to follow? Conclusion 1 and conclusion 2 do not follow. Conclusion 1 failed in the basic diagram itself. And conclusion 2 failed in the possible diagram. It cleared the basic diagram, but it failed in the possible diagram. However, now if you try and observe closely, all gems are rocks and some gems are not rocks is a complementary pair. Remember, there are two complementary pairs. All gems are rocks and some gems are not rocks is one of those complementary pairs. Yes or no? What are the complementary pairs? Very, very important concept. Complementary pairs. We have discussed this in detail in our videos, right? A complementary pair is what? All A's are B's. All A's are B's and some A's are not B's. If you look at the given conclusions, they are in the form of all A's are B's and some A's are not B's. All gems are rocks, all A's are B's, some gems are not. Forget about the word definite. Like I said, makes no difference. Some gems are not rocks is like some A's are not B's. So it actually is a complementary pair. Now, will it really satisfy the complementary pair conditions? Let's check. Observe now. We have one basic diagram and one possible diagram, right? So if I clear this writing part here, what do you observe? Right? Look at this. Just look at the two conclusions now, right? What do you find? There is a possible diagram. Conclusion 1, in the basic diagram, it fails. But in the possible diagram, it comes out to be true. You see, all gems are rocks. Basic diagram, it fails. All gems are rock, fails. But in the possible diagram, all gems are rocks. Yes or no? All gems are rocks. So it failed in the basic diagram, but it clears the possible diagram. Look at conclusion 2. Some gems are not rocks. In the basic diagram, it cleared. Some gems are not rocks, it cleared. But in the possible diagram, it fails. Because all the gems have become rocks. It fails. So if you observe, conclusion 1 fails in the basic diagram, but clears the possible diagram. Conclusion 2 clears the basic diagram but fails in the possible diagram. So this is like a complementary pair. Either one of them will be correct. In the basic diagram, 2 is correct. In the possible diagram, 1 is correct. And you draw any type of possible diagram, you'll always find that one of these two will be correct. Both of them cannot be correct together. Both of them cannot be false together. Either one of them will always be correct. That is the reason our final answer to this question should be either 1 or 2 follows. Either 1 or 2 follows. Remember, independently the conclusions are false. Conclusion 1 is false, conclusion 2 also is false. But either one of them is always correct. So option 3, either 1 or 2 follows is the correct answer, and this is what is called a complementary pair. This is what is called a complementary pair. So don't be in a hurry when you're answering questions from syllogisms, right? When the conclusions fail independently, check if there is a complementary pair in between them and try to verify that complementary pair. So this is one complementary pair, and again, just for the sake of revision, what is the other complementary pair? Some A's are B's and no A is B. Some A's are B's and no A is B is the other complementary pair. So this is one pair and here's the other pair. What we have in this question is the second one. Alright, both of these are complementary pairs. I hope all of you have followed this concept of complementary pair. You can always watch the basic videos that we have in our syllogism, Talent Sprint's video on syllogisms to learn this in detail. But yes, the given conclusions make complementary pair, and hence the answer should be either 1 or 2 follows. Alright. Can we go for the next one now? I hope all of you have understood this. If there is any question, any confusion, please post it immediately so that I can address that before we jump to the next question. It's not option 4. Many of you marked neither 1 nor 2. In fact, strictly speaking, neither 1 nor 2 is also correct. Neither 1 follows nor 2 follows. But the better answer is either or. Either one of them follows. Yeah. Strictly speaking, option 4 is also correct. But it should be either or. If it is either or, then always go for either or. Yeah, I think I've got a lot of confirmations. Let's now move to the next question, which is again on Syllogs, posted by Suresh. 2 statements and 2 conclusions. You have 45 seconds for this. Your time starts now. Both follow. Gaurav Srivastava says either or. Mahata has got both. Sirisha has got neither. Atish says neither. Anjula Sinha says option 1. Option 1? We don't have options at all. Leela Devi says none. So I think I've got 3 types of responses. Either 1 or 2 follows, neither 1 nor 2 follows, and none follows. None follows is like neither 1 nor 2 follows only actually. Time is up. Let's look at the solution now. Here we go. So this question was posted by Suresh On syllogisms, as you can see, 2 statements and 2 conclusions. So draw the basic diagram. Some leaves are plants. Some leaves are plants. Some leaves are plants. All bushes are plants. All the bushes are plants. That's the basic diagram. Right? Some leaves are plants. All the bushes are inside plants. Right? Very simple diagram. Now look at the conclusions. At least some leaves are bushes. Remember, like we have discussed multiple times in the past, at least some and some are the same. This is redundant. This is a redundant word here. I mean, it's of no use. Right? Makes no difference. At least some leaves are bushes is as good as some leaves are bushes. So conclusion 1 is some leaves are bushes. Conclusion 2, some leaves are definitely not bushes. Again, the word definitely is also redundant because conclusions are usually in the definite form unless explicitly specified that it is a possible type of conclusion. Yeah. So strictly speaking, the 2 conclusions that we have are some leaves are bushes and some leaves are not bushes. And before we proceed to check if these conclusions are true or false, let me also tell you that this is not a complementary pair. Not a complementary pair. So if you guys are trying to answer that the questions, I mean the answer will be either or, you are wrong. Because some A's are B's and some A's are not B's does not make a complementary pair at all. So either or is ruled out. Either 1 or 2 is true is the wrong answer. It is not a complementary pair. It is not a complementary pair. For some leaves are bushes, the complementary part is no leaves are bushes. And for some leaves are not bushes, the complementary part is all leaves are bushes. Okay. So either or is anyway ruled out. Let's check from the conclusions now. Check from the basic diagram. First one, some leaves are bushes. Well, it fails in the basic diagram itself, right? Some leaves are bushes. You see, some leaves are bushes. It fails in the basic diagram because leaves and bushes do not touch at all. No leaf is a bush. So some leaves are bushes is wrong. Conclusion 1 is false. Conclusion 2, some leaves are not bushes. Well, if you look at the basic diagram, true. Some leaves are not bushes. We can choose some of these leaves and say, yes, these leaves are not bushes. We can always choose some of the leaves and say, these leaves are not bushes. But then will it always be true? No, it will not be true always. Simple logic is, I can draw a diagram in this way. A possible diagram for these statements can be taken up as follows. Some leaves are plants. I can represent both leaves and plants in the same circle, and all bushes are plants can be also used in the same circle. It is a possible diagram. Same circle, same set representing leaves and plants and bushes. It's a possible way, right? Some leaves are plants. Yes, I can say some leaves are plants. And all bushes are plants. All the bushes are plants. If I consider this diagram, this conclusion fails. Some leaves are not bushes. Tell me which leaf is not bush? All the leaves are bushes. When all the leaves are bushes, can you say some leaves are not bushes? No. So this also is wrong. So conclusion 1 fails in the basic diagram itself. Conclusion 2 clears the basic diagram but fails in the possible diagram. Hence your answer should be neither 1 nor 2 follows. Neither 1 nor 2 follows. Or none follows. None of these follows. Alright, be very careful. This is not a complementary pair. Don't mark the answer as either 1 or 2 because this is some leaves are bushes and here it is some leaves are not bushes. It's not a complementary pair. Right? Answer is neither 1 nor 2 follows. Okay. Suresh says, I think some and some not is a complementary pair. No, I am 100% sure it's not a complementary pair. Believe me. Not just you, many people think that some and some not is a complementary pair. Ankita Sharma says 1000% correct, Suresh. 10,000% wrong, Suresh. 10,000% wrong, Ankita Sharma. Some and some not is not a complementary pair. I am repeating it once more. I have mentioned this, like, I don't even remember the count now. But repeating it again, some and some not does not make a complementary pair. Guys, understand, complementary pairs, basic idea is, two things are said to be complementary if they cannot coexist. They should not be coexisting. Coexisting means those two cannot exist together. It's like head and tail, right? Heads and tails cannot be together. I mean, they're always together that way, but they cannot come on top always. Yeah? It should either be heads, it will either be heads or it will be tails. Or it's like win and lose, right? You cannot win and you cannot lose at the same time. You either win it or you lose it. Exclude the possibility of a tie, right? So the basic idea is it is any one of these two would always be right. Both of them cannot be right together. Head and tail cannot come together. Win and lose cannot come together. So complementary pairs is something which cannot come together, right? It cannot come together. So some A's are B's and no A is B cannot be correct together. All A's are B's and some A's are not B's cannot be correct together. Yeah, but some A's are B's and some A's are not B's can be shown together. I'll draw A and then I'll overlap that with B. Some portion is overlapped with B. So if you look at that diagram where two circles are overlapping each other, right? You can say some A's are B's when you look at that leaf section which is showing the overlap. And you can look the other part of A and say some A's are not B's. When both of them are existing together, how can you say it's a complementary pair? Remember, the basic funda is a complementary pair is something where the two items in the pair will not be together. Will not be together as in it cannot be true together. I have tossed a coin. I cannot say I've got heads and I've got two tails. It should either be heads or it should be tails. So go through the basic videos. I've explained it in detail in the basic video and just stick to it. Don't get confused at all. It is not just you. I forgot your name, right? It's not just you. It's not just Ankita Sharma who's supporting you, but there are thousands and tens of thousands and lakhs of people who believe that some and some not is not a complementary pair. Right? Some and some not is a complementary pair. It is wrong. Some and some not is not a complementary pair. Surya Prakash says, please answer my question. Let me look at Surya Prakash's question here. Surya Prakash says, when the conclusion is definitely true and the same has been asked in the form of possibility, will it be true in that case? Some websites are saying that it is wrong, so it's confusing. Well, these websites have actually confused me also, and this question has been asked multiple times to me, right? When a conclusion is definitely true but it has been given in the form of possibility, what do we do? Right? Suresh says, don't take serious, sir. I'm asking you. I'm not getting serious, Baba. Why do you think I'm getting serious? I'm trying to sound very serious so that you understand it very clearly, right? If I have to get serious about when you guys ask doubts, I should cancel these doubts clarification sessions, right? Because of, you're asking doubts and I'm solving it. Why will I get serious? I mean, I love to solve queries, so don't worry. I'm not serious at all, right? Yeah, I'm trying to sound really strong, or maybe it appears that I'm serious because some and some not is not a complementary pair. Yeah. Okay. So back to Surya Prakash's question. Yeah, many websites say that when a conclusion is actually definitely true, but it is given in the form of possibility, it is wrong. We have always had, and this is like a ambiguity, right? I mean, people are divided when it comes to this particular point. I have always believed that it is true. If a conclusion which is definitely true is given in the form of possibility, it should be taken as true, because it's like this, I mean, if I have to give you a simple analogy, it's like you have cleared the IBPS PU exam. Somebody says, is it possible that you have cleared the IBPS PU exam? Will you say no? You'll say, yes, I have cleared the IBPS PU. I mean, it is possible that I have cleared the IBPS PU exam. You're getting me? And you have definitely cleared, that's a different story. But can you say the possibility is wrong? If you say, no, it's not possible that I have cleared the IBPS PU exam. But the actual fact is that you have cleared the IBPS PU exam. You understand? I have cleared IBPS PU exam is a conclusion. It's a definite conclusion. It is true. But instead of giving it in the form of a definite conclusion, it has been given in the form of a possibility. That I might have cleared the IBPS PU exam. I have cleared the IBPS PU exam is possible. There is a possibility that I have cleared IBPS PU exam. It has been presented in the form of possibility. Now, if you say this possibility is wrong, it is not possible, you are saying that, I have cleared IBPS PU is also wrong. You are going against the definite fact, right? You getting me? So I think that's the point. I know a lot of people say that it is false. We are still there's a mixed response and a feedback to this particular question. Anyway, should we go for the next one? Do you all follow this? It's not a complementary pair. Answer is neither one nor two follows. The one which was posted by Suresh. Should I take next one? The chat has got stuck, sorry. I think I can present the next one. Let me quickly, and this is another one on syllogism. Interesting one. 2 statements and 2 conclusions, posted by Amar Khan. I'm sure you'll find it a little different from what you've been doing all these days. So the next question is on your screens now. Meanwhile, let me get the chat fixed. Got it? I guess I'm still stuck with the chat here. The chat is not moving at all, but I'm hoping that you guys have got the answer. Let me just quickly get this verified. Just a second. Alright guys, just give us a minute. We are trying to fix the chat here. I have some challenge on my end. All right, the problem is fixed. I think most of you have got the answer as option 4. Let me quickly solve this for you. Here we go. So the next question is on your screens now. This was posted by Amar Khan, right? It is on syllogisms. We've got 2 statements and 2 conclusions. Now what are the statements? All players are doctors, some doctors are actors. So simple statements in my view. Let's draw the basic diagram for this, right? So what's the basic diagram? all players are doctors. All the players are doctors. All the players are doctors. Some doctors are actors. Some doctors are actors. So all the players come inside doctors, and some of the doctors are actors. This is the overlapping between doctors and actors. Now look at the conclusion. The first conclusion: some doctors are players as well as actors. Now this is a new type of a conclusion, right? As well as actors. So there are some doctors which are players and also actors. Is it true? Look at the diagram. Do you find any doctor which is both player and actor? It is possible. See, it is possible to show that, but is it always true? No. In the basic diagram itself, it fails, right? Conclusion number 1, I would say fails, because it says some doctors are players as well as actors. Some doctors are players as well as actors. Here, I don't find any doctor who is player as well as actor. Doctors are either players or actors. There is not even one doctor which is, see, for this to be true, all the 3 circles should overlap. But here only 2 circles are overlapping at any given area, right? This can be true in such a diagram. Like for example, it says all players are doctors and some doctors are actors, right? So if I draw a diagram in this way, let's say, then this portion indicates that some doctors are players as well as actors. You see, the shaded region here is covered by actors, it is covered by players, it is covered by doctors. So I can say this indicates that some doctors are players as well as actors. But it is a possibility. What is given here is a definite conclusion type. Is it true? No. In the basic diagram itself, it has failed. We don't even have to check the possible diagram. Let me tell you, I am only explaining this so that you know what can be done. But when you solve it in the exam, just by looking at the basic diagram, you can say this conclusion is false, right? If a conclusion fails in the basic diagram, it is false. You don't even have to go to the possible diagram, right? So some doctors are players as well as actors is false. It is false. All actors are doctors? False. From the basic diagram itself, it is false. He's saying all actors are doctors. I can see only some actors are doctors. Not all of them are actors. It can be drawn in that way. I can draw all actors are doctors. It is possible. But is it always true? No. So neither 1 nor 2 is true. Neither 1 nor 2 follows. Option 4 is the answer. Right? Option 4 is the answer. So remember, both of these are possible. Both the conclusions can be considered as possibilities. But these are not definite. Some actors are players as well as actors. Some doctors are players as well as actors is not definite. It is only possible. All actors are doctors is not definite. It is only possible. Right? So both the conclusions are wrong. Does not follow. Neither 1 nor 2 follows. I hope all of you have got the answer. Clear? Option 4, neither 1 nor 2 follows is the correct answer. Anything any confusion here? I think some of you have marked the answer as option 1. I hope you have understood, right? Guru says second. All these are wrong. Answer is option 4. Can we go to the next question now? I'm hoping that all of you have followed it. Let me move to the next question. Malbika says, nice question, sir. Malbika, we should thank Amar Khan for this because he's the one who's posted it. And I think an important learning, right? Some doctors are players as well as actors. Right? As well as means both. As well as means what? Generally both, right? So some doctors are players and actors. It's not true. Okay, let me present the next question and it's on your screens now. This is from Sagar Singh. It says the questions are based on 5 words given below. Look at the 5 words: PRV, CHT, SEL, NKB, MIG. This looks like a logical series types of questions, right? I'll give you 1 minute to try these 2 questions. Your clock starts now. Easy ones in my view should not take more than 1 minute. 4, 3 answers have come in. Yeah, I think 3 words is the answer for the first one. I mean, the most common answer that I see. Also try to answer the second question. Quick. Got it? Okay, I think I've given enough time. Let's take it up now. So here we go. The question was posted by Sagar Singh. Look at the directions. These questions are based on 5 words given below. What are the 5 words? PRV, CHT, SEL, NKB, MIG. Now, the first one here. If all the letters are changed to its previous letter in all the words, then how many words will not have any vowels? I think a sitter, right? Just follow what is given in the question and mark the answer. If all the letters are changed to its previous letter in all the words. So there are words given here which are formed of letters. We have to replace these letters with the previous letter. All the letters have to be changed to the previous letter. Then how many words will not have any vowels is the question. The word should not have any vowel. So let's do that exercise first, right? Replace every letter with the previous letter, right? So PRV will become what? O, Q and T, right? You can just check it. O, P, Q, R, T, U, V. Sorry, T, it's not T, it's U. I'm sorry, one second, let me clear this. You have to be careful, right? U. What comes before V is U, right? Then next, CHT will become B, G and S, right? BC, GH, ST. Then SEL, R, D, K. RS, DE, KL. NKB, M, J, A, right? MN, JK, AB. You understand what I'm doing? I mean, we are used to this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, right? So it becomes easier when you just go from first letter to second letter to check if it is in the right sequence or not. MIG will become what? L and H and F, right? LM, HI, FG, right? EFG. Yeah, I think these are the words. So how many words will not have any vowels? So this word has got vowels. BGS, yes, correct, it does not have any vowel. RDK does not have any vowel. MJA has vowel. A is the vowel here. LHF does not have any vowel. So I think there will be 3 words which does not have any vowel. So it's all about doing it properly. I think there's nothing complex about it. Look at the next question. If first and second letters are interchanged in all the words, and then all the words are arranged in reverse alphabetical order, then which of the following word is second to the left of the second from the left from the right? Okay, so let's try this. Do the same thing again. What do we have to do? First and second letters are interchanged in all the words. First and second letters have to be interchanged in all the words. So PRV, the first letter is P, second letter is R. These two should be interchanged. So PR will become RPV. CHT will become HCT. SEL becomes ESL. NKB becomes KNB. And MIG becomes IMG. You getting it? First and second letters are interchanged. RPV, HCT, ESL, KNB, IMG. So this part is done, right? Interchanging first and second letters is done. Then all the words are arranged in reverse alphabet. Now these are the words that we have got. These are the 5 words that we have got. Now these words, all these words are arranged in reverse alphabetical order. Arrange them in reverse alphabetical order. Reverse order, right? So I think it starts with RPV only. Next should be E, F, G, H, I, J, K, right? So KNB, then IMG, HCT, and ESL. You understand? Reverse alphabetical order would depend on the letter number of the first letter, right? 18th letter, 8th letter, 5th letter, 11th letter, 9th letter. So reverse order would be 18, 11, 9, 8, 5. 18, 11, 9, 8, 5. Yeah, this is the reverse order that we want. This is what is the final order. Now, what do we have to do this in this one? Then, which of the following word is second to the left of second from the right? What is second from the right? Second from the right. First from the right, second from the right. Second from the right is HCT. Second to the left of this. First and second to the left of this. KNB. So your answer will be KNB. Right? KNB will be the answer. It could be KNB or it could be NKB. I mean, options, actually speaking, it should be NKB only. Options will be given in the original sequence only. See, KNB is not the word. KNB is the word which was formed after interchanging the first and second letters. The original word should be taken as the answer. So NKB will be the answer. So I think a simple exercise, just follow what the question says and you'll get the answer. Yeah. So first interchange the first and second letters. That's what we have done in step 1. Then in step 2 we arrange them in reverse alphabetical order. And in step 3 we have found second to the left of second from the right. So second from the right is HCT and second to the left of that is KNB. So KNB or NKB is the final answer. I don't even want to check if you have followed this or not. It's a sitter. Let's just move to the next one now. All right. The next question on your screens. This is on directions. It was posted by SJMMTP. I cannot decipher the name from this one, but the question is on directions. Try this. Let's see how many of you get it right. On directions here, posted by SJMMTP. Waiting for your responses. You have 1 minute for that. Please do it carefully. Option 3, east, is what I see as the most common response. Waiting for more answers. Be careful, check your solutions once again before you finally mark your answer. Got it? All right, let's take it up. I'm sure there's a lot of confusion here between east and west. A mixed response, right? Many of you have got east, many of you have got west. Some of you have got northeast also. Northwest, which is option 4. Should we try this now? Yeah. Somebody asked from which direction did she start? I think that is the most important point, and that itself is the question. So let's try this. Here we go. See what it says. Sony starts from her office. After walking a distance of 50 meters, she turned 90 degrees in clockwise direction and walked 100 meters. She then turned 90 degrees in clockwise direction again, and after moving a distance of 50 meters, turned to her left and walked 50 meters. She then turns to the left and walks 20 meters. Finally, she turns to her right and reached hostel, which is facing south. In which direction was she facing before she first 90 degrees in clockwise direction? So before she turns first 90 degrees in the clockwise direction. So basically, like you all know, it's about tracing the path properly, right? It's about tracing the path properly. So here, if you see, the point says Sony starts from her office and she walks a distance of 50 meters. Now the biggest question that we have is, when Sony started from her office, in which direction did she start? Is it east, west, north, south, northeast, northwest? Which exactly is the direction? Right? We have no clue about the direction. All we know is Sony started from her office, she walked 50 meters and then she took turn and walked 100 meters and then took another turn and so on. So there are 4 possibilities, or in fact, strictly speaking, there are 8 possibilities. Sony could have started in any of the cardinal directions, northeast, southwest, or intercardinal directions, right? Northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. So do you want to try out all the 8 possibilities, or 4 of them at least? No, that makes no sense. So what do we do? So there are 2 ways of solving this question now, or in fact 3 ways. Either try out all the 4 possibilities or all the 8 possibilities, which is a time killer. We will not do that. The second approach is maybe go in the reverse direction. See, we know that she reached her hostel, which is facing south. The hostel is facing south. So maybe you would want to go in the reverse direction. Instead of starting from her office, start from the hostel and do the reverse of what is given. See, before reaching the hostel, she turns to her right. So when you go in the reverse direction, she took a right turn to reach the hostel. So when she starts from the hostel, that right turn will become a left turn. You observe, this is like day to day. You must have observed this many times in your life also, right? I mean, when you are taking a left turn to reach some place, when you return from that place, it becomes a right turn. You have to just do the reverse of what was given. Distance will remain the same. If you travel for 20 meters to reach a place, you have to travel 20 meters to come out of that place also. You're getting it? From A to B, if you have traveled 20 meters, from B to A also you'll travel 20 meters. But from A to reach B, if you took one left turn, from B to reach A, you have to take one right turn in the same path. So maybe you can do that reverse. You just follow in the reverse direction and you reach to her office, and then you will be able to answer the question easily. So that's the second approach, which I'm sure you can try it yourself. The third approach is interesting. Just do whatever you want to do. And finally, we'll figure out how to get the answer. So what I'm going to do now is trace the path from the in the forward direction, right? Trace the path in the forward direction, and then tell you how to find out whether the path that we have chosen is correct or not, and if it is not correct, if it is wrong, then how to get the answer without drawing any more diagram. You're able to follow 3 methods. Method number 1, try out all the possibilities: north, east, south, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, which is ruled out. Method number 1 clearly ruled out. Method number 2, try all possibilities. Method number 2 is a good method where you go in the reverse direction. You can maybe try this. Or method number 3 is to do whatever you want to, your wish. Just either consider that Sony started in the east direction or west direction or south direction or north direction and continue. Finally, we'll be able to figure out which is the correct one, right? So let me explain this interesting method to you all. Second one is easy to do. Let me explain to the third one, right? What do we do? Sony starts from office. I'm assuming that Sony started in the east direction. So this is her office. She started in the east direction. What's the first step? She walked 50 meters after walking a distance of 50 meters. So let's say Sony walked 50 meters in the east direction. 50 meters in this direction. She turned 90 degrees in the clockwise direction. See, this is clockwise. You know, right? This is clockwise. And this is anti-clockwise. Okay. So she turned 90 degrees in the clockwise direction means she turned 90 degrees towards her right. right? She was facing the east direction. She turned 90 degrees. So if she has turned 90 degrees in the clockwise direction from here, she has taken a right turn basically. So she took a right turn. She's now facing this direction, right, like this, and walked 100 meters. So she walked 100 meters, right? She reached here, she walked 100 meters. She turned 90 degrees in clockwise direction again. Again, she has taken a 90 degree turn. So clockwise direction means you have to go in this direction, right? Like the hands of the clock. So she took a 90 degree turn, which means in this direction, and moved a distance of 50 meters. Then after moving a distance of 50 meters, she moved 50 meters. Draw a diagram in such a way that you take proportionate distances. I mean, this is 50, this also should be 50. Don't extend this 50 to this point, or don't stop 50 here itself, right? These 50 and 50 should be ideally parallel, right? So parallel and equal. So try and do that, right? Try and match that. So she turned 90 degrees in clockwise direction again. She turned 90 degrees in clockwise direction again. And after moving a distance of 50 meters, so after moving a distance of 50 meters, turned to her left. Now she turned to her left. See, remember, Sony is facing west. Sony is facing west. This is west. She turned to her left. So when a person is facing west, left would be towards south, right? Left would be towards south. So she turned to her left. She turned towards south and walked 50 meters. Now again, she walked 50 meters in this direction, right? And walked 50 meters. She then turns to her left. Now the person is moving towards south. She turns to her left. You know that when a person is moving towards south, left would mean on the right hand side, on our right hand side, or just imagine yourself in that direction, right? Left turn means we will move this side. So she then turns to the left and walks 20 meters. Now she walks 20 meters. She walks 20 meters, right? 20. Okay. Now, finally she turns to her right. And reached hostel, which is facing south. So this last point is important. Finally she turns to her right. See, the person is going towards east. A right turn here would mean towards south. Again, imagine yourself, right? So she turns to her right. She has turned in this direction. She has turned in this direction, right? She turns to her right. This is her right. When a person is going towards east, right would mean towards south, right? So she turns to her right and reached hostel, which is facing south. So this is where she has reached. This is the hostel. Getting it? This is Sony's hostel. This is Sony's hostel. Okay. Now remember that the hostel is facing south. Hostel is facing south. Hostel is facing south. The question to you all is: have we? This is a trial that we have done. We assumed that Sony started from here and moved in the east direction. We found the hostel coming here. It could be right. I mean, if this hostel is really facing south, we can say yes, this is the answer. If it is not facing south, then we'll have to find out how to arrive at the right answer. But my question to you all is this hostel facing south or not? What do you think? We have reached the hostel here in this position. Is the hostel facing south? It says finally she turns to the right. She has turned right and walks some distance to reach the hostel, which is facing south. The hostel should be facing south. The hostel should be facing south. Is this hostel facing south? No. Is it facing south? The question is this: is this hostel facing south? In all probability, most of you will say yes, it is facing south, right? Answer is no, it is not facing south. This hostel is facing north. Strictly speaking, this hostel here is facing north. The hostel is in the south. With respect to the starting point, this was the starting point. With respect to the starting point, the hostel is in the south direction. But is it facing south? Understand, the key word here is this word facing. Is it facing south? Is it facing south? No. It is in the south. But is it facing south? No. It's actually facing north. See, understand, the point is, logically, the point is Sony reached the hostel. That means Sony has entered. For Sony to enter in the hostel, Sony is going in the south direction, which means the hostel is facing north. If a person is standing here, it's facing north, right? I mean, you understand? Sony has entered the hostel like this. Let me highlight that in a different color. Sony has entered the hostel. Entry to the hostel was in this direction. You have entered like this, which means the entrance of the hostel is facing north, right? Hostel is in the south direction, but the gate opened towards north. So the hostel is facing north. The hostel is facing north. You getting it? This hostel is facing north. It's not facing south. Now don't get confused that how can the hostel be facing north, the hostel has to face south. Hostel has to face south, but according to our starting point, the direction that we have got is north. It is facing north. This hostel is facing north. You have to be careful. It's not facing south, it is facing north. In this direction particular. I mean, in this case that we have taken, the hostel is facing north. The hostel is facing north, it is not facing south. I hope all of you have understood this. Now, what is the question's requirement? The question says the hostel should be facing south. The hostel should be facing south. I hope all of you are getting the point, right? This is the hostel, let's say. The entrance of the hostel is here. You are entering the hostel like this, which means the hostel is facing north. Right? Facing north. For you to enter the hostel, you have to go in the south direction. Now, as per the question, the hostel should be facing south. According to the question, the hostel should be facing south. Right? Now, what should you do for this hostel to be facing south? Remember, you have to turn this hostel by 180 degrees. If I turn this by 180 degrees, clockwise or anti-clockwise, 180 degrees, let's say anti-clockwise, what happens? The hostel will turn like this. I mean, you can't really do that. The point is, yeah, if you turn the hostel by 180 degrees, this is the current position. This is the current position. This is the required position. So in the current position, the hostel is facing north. But if I turn this hostel by 180 degrees, the hostel will then be facing south. You see, now the hostel is facing south. For me to enter, I am entering towards north. But the hostel's gate is opening towards south. So basically, I have to turn the hostel by 180 degrees. I have to turn the hostel by 180 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. You can turn it in the clockwise direction also. I mean, 180 degrees is exactly opposite, right? Whether you turn 180 clockwise or anti-clockwise, you'll reach the same point. Yeah. So for me to follow the given question, the hostel should be turned by 180 degrees in the clockwise direction. Which means every point. See, turning the hostel means what? Turning this point. This point that we have, we are turning this point by 180 degrees in the clockwise direction. When you turn this point by 180 degrees, all the other points will also automatically get turned by 180 degrees. This point would get turned by 180 degrees. This point gets 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 turned by 180 degrees. And the starting point also gets turned by 180 degrees because all these are connected. The entire path will turn by 180 degrees. The entire path will shift by 180 degrees. So just keep that in mind that this is not the actual trace. The actual trace is 180 degrees of this. You have to just reverse it. You have to just reverse it, right? Turn it by 180 degrees. Now focus on the question. What is the question? The question says, in which direction was she facing before she turns 90 degrees? Before she turns first 90 degrees in clockwise direction. So what is it referring to? Understand. In which direction was she facing? This is the first turn that she has taken, right? This is the first turn. Right? This is the first turn. That's what he's asking us to find out. So before taking the first 90 degrees turn, here she has taken the first 90 degrees, right? What direction was she facing? She was facing east. According to our case, she was facing east. See, in which direction was she facing? She was facing east. This is east, right? This is east. So she was facing east before she took the first 90 degree turn, right? Before taking the first 90 degree turn, she was facing east. But we know that this is not the actual case. For this to give us the correct answer, we should turn this line by how much? By 180 degrees in the clockwise direction. So now focus only on this axis. I'll tell you how to do this. Simple. I mean, explanation is taking a little bit of time, but when you do it yourself, after having understood the concept, it becomes easy. This is what we are looking at now. Forget about, you don't have to really turn the whole diagram. Only focus on what is required. I want to turn this line. This is the turn that we're talking about, right? So before turning, that means this line that we have drawn, right? Blue line. You have to turn by 180 degrees. So it is east like this now. Turn it by 180 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. This is what we have concluded, right? Right? So what happens? This east would become west. So before taking that 90 degrees turn, first 90 degrees turn, this girl, Soni, was facing west. So option 1 is your final answer. Option 1 is your final answer. So what's the simple logic? Just trace the path. As given the question, trace the path. This question is tricky because of the word facing. I've already explained that to you. You have to be careful about this, right? You have got the hostel in the south. Does not mean that the hostel is facing south. For the hostel to face south, the hostel should actually be in the north. so that the gates open towards the south. So we have to rotate the whole diagram. You have to rotate the whole diagram by 180 degrees. But don't take that pain of rotating the whole diagram by 180 degrees. Only rotate what is required. I want to rotate this line. This line which is east will get rotated. It will become west. And this is obvious. You don't have to draw the diagram for this. I mean, you know that if east has to be rotated by 180 degrees, whether you rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, you will get west. Right? So final answer to this question should be option 1, west. So this is how you can solve this really tricky one from directions, which was posted by one of our students, right? I can't read the username here. It's SJMMTP. I don't know what the name of the student is, but interesting question. So like I've told you, 3 ways of solving this question, right? What is method number 1? You can take all the possibilities. See, we do not know how did Sony start, in which direction did Sony start. 4 possible cases, let us assume: north, east, south, west. Neglecting the intercardinal directions like northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. But drawing all the 4 possibilities to find out in which possibility the hostel is facing south would be time consuming. So method number 1 ruled out. Complex. Complex as in not complex but time consuming. What is method number 2? Do it in the reverse direction. Instead of starting from office and then tracing the path to reach the hostel. See, we don't know the starting point, but we know that the hostel is facing south. So, consider the hostel facing south, which means consider the hostel in the north. We've already discussed what happens, right? If the hostel is facing south, it should be towards north and the gate should go open towards south. And then do it in the reverse direction. Like for example, if it says you take the left turn to reach the hostel, when you're coming out, you will take the right turn. General case, right? You have to reach to your office, let's say. So from this road, when I take a left turn, I'll reach my office. When I'm returning from my office, I have to take a right turn. That left turn will become right turn. So basically what happens is left becomes right, right becomes left when you're doing it in the reverse direction. So maybe you can consider the hostel in the north, left becomes right, right becomes left, and accordingly you can reach the starting point. And then you will get to know where did she start from, in which direction did she start, and accordingly answer the question. That's method number 2, which you can do it yourself. Method 3 is what we have done. What do we do? Don't worry. Either take east or west or south or north, whichever you feel like. Trace the whole path, reach the hostel. Now satisfy the last condition. The last condition says hostel should be facing south. We got the hostel to be facing north in this case. So for the hostel to be facing south, I should rotate it by 180 degrees, anti-clockwise or clockwise. If I'm rotating one point, see in a map, if you rotate one point by 180 degrees, all the other points also get rotated by 180 degrees. So just do that. Rotate everything by 180 degrees. We'll get the right diagram and then answer the question required. I mean, whatever is required, you can find out the answer to that. Now, don't again waste your time in rotating the whole thing by 180 degrees. What do? He's asking us to find out what direction was this Sony facing before taking the first 90-degree turn. So look at the current direction in the case that we have considered. She was facing east, but I have to rotate this east by 180 degrees. It becomes west. So west is your answer. All right. So this is how you can answer such questions smartly from directions where we do not know the initial direction. We have solved such questions in the past as well. You can see some of these type of questions in your additional and advanced examples that we have in the topic of directions in your Talent Sprints online program. But this is another such example. So I think a very interesting question posted by your friend and my friend, I would say, in the discussion forum, and I hope all of you have followed it. Should we go for the next one now? By the way, time is up. It's 8 o'clock, but we'll take one question before we close it. Somebody says instead of rotating, we can also consider maybe the water image. We can do that. But remember, here water image would work for you because it's a 180-degree turn. If it is a 90-degree turn, then the water image will not help. If it is a 270-degree turn, then the water image will not help. If it is a 45-degree turn, then the water image will not help. Water image is working for you because we got the hostel facing north, we want it to be south. So you are simply flipping it. So it acts like a water image. But remember, this flip is correct because it's a 180-degree turn. If it is 150-degree turn, water image will not help, right? So if hostel is to be turned by 150 degrees, that east line also will turn by 150 degrees, and accordingly you'll get the answer. So be careful. Don't generalize that it should be a water image. Consider the angular rotation. Should we go for the next one now? Some of you have mentioned that it's a waste of time and all that. I think it's not a waste of time. It's a simple question. I explained it in detail, so it has taken so much of time. I can move really fast if you want to, but that may not help you guys. I mean, that may not help all of you guys. Okay. Chalo, let's quickly move to the next one, which will probably be the last question of the session today. Let's take something on arrangements, right? Arrangements. So here we go. The question on your screens now. This was posted by Abhi Tripathi. 7 persons, namely Aman, Bawa, Chandan, Dharma, Ijaz, Fiza and Gagan, like 7 different colors: blue, pink, red, yellow, green, black and white, but not necessarily in the same order. Each person also works in the same office but in a different department on the basis of work experience. What are the departments? HR, admin, sales, marketing, support, finance and IT, but not necessarily in the same order. Each employee has been allocated a department as per increasing order of experience, with the one in HR being the least experienced, whilst the one in IT being the most experienced. Interesting. So I think there are multiple parameters. There are persons, different names have been given to you, 7 different names. There are different colors, 7 different colors have been given to you. There are different departments, 7 different departments have been given to you. And also experience, based on the experience, right? So based on the experience, least experienced employee is working in HR, right? The most experienced employee is working in IT. So you can say there is a scale of 1 to 7 in terms of experience. So the employee who has got 1 year experience is working in HR. The employee who has got 7 year experience is working in IT, right? And then these are the clues given to you. So it's going to be really interesting. Good question by Abhi Tripathi, I would say. Let us try this out. You have, let's say, at least 5 minutes for this. And the clock starts now. At least 5 minutes. The clock has already started. And Monica, I can understand your concern. You have already mentioned that you have posted a question. You got the solution also, but you don't know how to approach. So don't worry. Today's session looks unlikely. I'll take it up in the next session. Try this out now. Got it? Okay, so the time is up. Let me just read out how many of you have got it. Gaurav Sharma looks like he has got it because he's considered 2 possibilities. Nilab says, अगर कट ऑफ क्लियर करना है तो उसको हाथ भी मत लगाना. Guru has got no clue. And who else? Most of you have given up? Yeah. Gaurav has got it, I guess. Yeah. I think Gaurav is the only one who has got it. If others are still trying it out, please let me know. If you have given up, if you have skipped it, even then let me know so that accordingly we can take an action. Yeah. Really complicated puzzle is what Ramalakshmi says. Should we take it up? Skipped it. It's better to skip if it comes in the exam, right? Guru says, I want to know how. Pritam Das has skipped it. Ram Lakshmi says, still trying. Guru says, I don't want to skip. Neeraj says, I am stuck after 75% of the solution, which is the most complex situation, right? Skipping it in the beginning would have been easier. Murli Krishna says, there are more tips in the first 3 lines. We can go with work and then colors. Okay. Mahata says, without attending puzzles, can we clear cutoff? Very much. Absolutely no doubt about that. In my view, you can always clear the cutoff without attempting these puzzles. Should we take it up now? Alright guys, so let us now take a question on puzzles, which is basically a kind of arrangement that needs to be done. It was posted by one of your friends in our discussion forum, Abhi Tripathi, which involves 7 persons, 7 different colors, 7 different departments, and 7 different levels of experiences. And this is the assignment that we need to do, right? Find out which person likes which color, works in which department of the organization, how much of experience has he got, and arrange them in a sequence, right? So going to be really very interesting. You know that these kind of puzzles are being asked in bank and SSC, not SSC exams, but in bank exams these days. So let me present it to you all and then discuss the solution. Here we go. So the question is on your screens. Read this out. What does it say? You can see that this was posted by Abhi Tripathi, right? One of your friends in our discussion forum. So it says 7 persons, namely Aman, Bawa, Chandan, Dharma, Ejaz, Fiza and Gagan, like 7 different colors among blue, pink, red, yellow, green, black and white, but not necessarily in the same order. Each person also works in the same office, but in a different department, right? On the basis of work experience. Remember, they work in a different department on the basis of work experience. Now, what are these departments? HR, admin, sales, marketing, support, finance and IT. So 7 departments here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, but not necessarily in the same order. Each employee has been allocated to a department as per increasing order of experience, right? Increasing order of experience. With the one in HR being the least experienced, whilst the one in IT being the most experienced. So if I were to highlight the important points here, there are 7 different persons. Names have been given to us, 7 different colors, which have been given to us, 7 different departments. Right, they are all in different departments, and also they have got increasing order of experience. So 4 parameters, really complex question, right? Usually we can deal with up to 3 parameters easily. I mean, even then it can get complex, but here we have got 4 parameters to be fixed: name, color, department and the experience. Yeah, and then you see all these clues have been given to us. Only one person has more experience than Bawa. Ijaz works in finance. The one who likes yellow color is more experienced than the one who likes white color, and less experienced than Ijaz. So experience is an important keyword here, right? More or less experience, based on that we need to do. So let's take it up. So here I've got some space to try it out myself. Let me start solving this and see what the right solution is. We are not sure if we'll be able to crack this. That's what would happen in the exam also. So like I always say, the best way to solve such questions in the exam is to skip and move to the next one. Remember, skipping is the easiest way to solve such questions. Just skip it. In fact, even if I have to take the exam, my immediate response to this is skip, go to the next question. You never know how much time it's going to take and whether you'll be able to really complete it or not. So don't take such chances in the exam. If you are left with enough time and if there is nothing else to be solved, then you can give it a try. But otherwise it makes no sense. So anyway, smart people would skip it. But if time is there and if there's nothing else left out to try out, then you should give these questions a try. So let's start solving it now. So highlighting the same points again: 7 persons, 7 different colors, 7 different departments, right? Different departments and increasing order of experience. Okay. So now you can read out all these clues. Only one person has more experience than Bawa. Ijaz works in finance. The one who likes yellow color is more experienced than the one who likes white color, and so on. Right? All these points have been given to us. But what's the easiest way to start? I think out of these 4 parameters, the best one to fix. See, usually we fix the names of the persons, or we fix the name of the floor number. I mean, if it's a floor-based puzzle, what do? We know that floors are fixed. 1 comes at the bottom, 9th floor comes at the top, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 can be listed. And then we'll try to put persons on floors, colors on floors, departments on floors. Here, what is the best thing to fix? I think experience is the best thing to fix. See, there are 7 different persons. So let's assume there are 7 different levels of experience. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This is fixed. So I think in terms of experience, we have fixed it already. Now what we will try to do is find out who has got, this is least experience, this is most experience. Yeah, that's the idea. So now try to find out who has got least experience, who is, who's liking, that person likes which color, works in which department, and so on. Okay. So that's how we are going to proceed with the solution. Now let me read out the points. So I think to begin with, if you read this statement here, it says the one working in HR being the least experienced. The guy in HR is the least experienced, and the one in IT is the most experienced. So I can say that HR guy comes in this slot and the IT guy comes in this slot. IT is the most experienced, HR is the least experienced. So we'll try to fix the other departments here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for these departments, we have to find out the names and the colors. Right? Names and the colors have to be fixed. Okay. We may get multiple possibilities, so we'll take one above the other as the case may be, right? As and when we get different possibilities. So only one person has more experience than Bawa. Now understand, we have put them in the increasing order of their experience. It says only one person has more experience than Bawa. If only one person has more experience than Bawa, obviously this person comes here in this department. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but yeah. Only one person has more experience. So definitely this person has to come in the 6th place. Then only one person will be more than this guy. Right? So now names can be taken in the 2nd row. Only one person has got more experience than Bawa. Right? Only one person has got more experience. So this is fixed. This line I can underline because it is already fixed. Now, Ijaz works in finance. Ijaz works in finance. Now, which is the finance department? We don't know. We should either know where the finance department comes or where Ijaz comes. Accordingly, it can be fixed. So I think Ijaz works in finance. Let's list it out. You see, Ijaz works in finance. Let's represent this pictorially, right? Ijaz works in finance, so that I can be done with this statement. And then the one who likes yellow color is more experienced than the one who likes white color, but less experienced than Ijaz. Now this is important. The one who likes yellow color is more experienced than the one who likes white color, but less experienced than Ijaz. So if we read this statement, what can we conclude? We can conclude that yellow is more than white. Yellow is more than white, which means yellow should come on the right of white. You see, what comes on the right is you have put them in the increasing order of experience, right? Least to most. So yellow is more experienced than white and less experienced than Ijaz.
So basically it would be like this. I mean, if I have to represent it pictorially, it can be considered like this. White is less than yellow and yellow is less than Ajaz. Right? The one who likes yellow color is more experienced. Yellow is more than white, greater than white in terms of number. So whichever number you give to yellow should be more than white, and it should be less than that of Ajaz. Right? But less experienced than Ajaz. So this is one important conclusion. The one who likes yellow color does not work in sales. The one who likes yellow color does not work in sales. So yellow does not work in sales. Keep this in mind, right? But it's not useful immediately. Let's just go to the next point. Dharma is more experienced than the one who likes yellow color, but less experienced than the one who likes pink color. Now this also is similar to the previous statement, right? Dharma is more experienced than the one who likes yellow color, but less experienced than the one who likes pink color. So Dharma is more than yellow, but less than pink. Right? Dharma is more experienced than yellow, but less experienced than pink. Then Bhavva does not like pink color. Now I think this person is already fixed, right? Right? He does not like pink color. So I can say in 6th position, pink cannot come. Okay, put it up here. So whenever you're filling the gap, remember pink should not come for this position. What I'll do is I'll clear the other stuff that we already noted. I think least we know it is least experience and most experience and stuff. Okay, so 6th position cannot be taken by pink color. All right, because this the guy does not like pink color, 6th position cannot be taken up by pink color. Aman likes black color. Aman likes black color. So this also is clear. Like Aman likes black. Like how Ajaz works in finance, it is straight that Aman likes black color. Now where is Aman? We don't know. But wherever he is, he would be liking black color. The one who likes blue is less experienced than Dharma. The one who likes blue is less experienced than Dharma. Now see, the one who likes blue is less experienced than Dharma. So can I say blue also comes this side? Blue and yellow are less experienced than Dharma. You understand? The one who likes blue is less experienced than Dharma. So blue and yellow both are less experienced than Dharma. Within blue and yellow, what's the order? We don't know. But blue is definitely less than Dharma. Yellow is also less than Dharma. Okay. Both Chandan and Fiza have less experience than the one who likes blue color. Both Chandan and Fiza have less experience than the one who likes blue color. So both Chandan and Fiza have less experience than blue color, which means if it is blue somewhere, Chandan and Fiza both are less than that. Now again, in which order we don't know, whether Chandan is least or Fiza is, Chandan is lesser or Fiza is lesser is not known, but both Chandan and Fiza are lesser than blue. Both Chandan and Fiza will be less than blue. Right? See, I cannot write Chandan and Fiza less than blue here itself, because that would make Chandan and Fiza less than yellow also, which is not confirmed. What is confirmed is Chandan and Fiza are less than blue. Chandan and Fiza are less than blue. Both of them are less experienced than blue. Fiza neither likes yellow color nor is least experienced employee. Fiza neither likes yellow color nor is the least experienced employee. See, who is the least experienced employee? Number 1. So I can say Fiza cannot come here, because Fiza is not the least experienced employee. And of course, Fiza does not like yellow. So keep that also in mind, that Fiza does not like yellow. The one who likes red color is the 5th most experienced person. The one who likes red color is the 5th most experienced person. The one who likes red is the 5th most experienced person, but neither this person nor Bhavva works in sales or marketing department. Now understand, who is the most experienced? 7th person is the most experienced. We have put them in the increasing order of their experience. So the one who likes red color is the 5th most experienced person. So this is the 1st most experienced person, 2nd most experienced person, 3rd most experienced person, 4th most experienced person, 5th most experienced person. So red will come in this place. So I think the first line is for department, second line is for name, and the third line is for the color. You understand? 5th most experienced does not mean you will put it in the 5th position. 5th most experience does not mean you will put it in the 5th position. 5th most experience should be from the reverse side. This is the 5th least experience. Least experience, 2nd least, 3rd least, 4th least, 5th least. Most experienced, 7th. 2nd most, 3rd most, 4th most, and 5th most. So 5th most experienced person likes red color. So red color will come in this place. Right? The one who likes red color is the 5th most experienced person. But neither this person, this person means what? Whoever likes red color, nor this person, Bhavva, works in either sales or marketing department. So neither this person nor Bhavva works in sales and marketing department. Now this person here means the person who likes red color, right? The fifth most experienced person who likes red color, or Bhavva does not work in sales or marketing. So sales and marketing cannot come here. It cannot take sales, it cannot take marketing. This also cannot take sales, cannot take marketing. You understand? Sales and marketing cannot come for this person. Sales and marketing cannot come for this person also. Then again, one more point with respect to Bhavva does not work in admin, whereas Dharma does not work in support. Bhavva does not work in admin. This guy does not work in admin also. Right? Admin cannot come here. Yeah, admin cannot come here. Whereas Dharma does not work in support. Dharma does not work in support. So remember, Dharma would not work in support. So I think in the first reading, what we get here is this. In the first reading, we have been able to fix only these items. That HR is the least experienced, IT is the most experienced, Bhavva is second most experienced, the person who is fifth most experienced likes red color. And then there are some other important points which I have noted. Fizza cannot come in first position, marketing and sales cannot come in third position, marketing, sales, admin and the pink color cannot come in sixth position. And these are the other points that we have understood. These are the other points that we have understood. Okay, now let us read between the lines. Now you have to read the second time. Anyway, our understanding is that whatever has been underlined here has been either fixed in the arrangement or it has been noted in some other pictorial form. But now let's try to read between the lines and find out what else can be done. Yeah. So what can be done? What should be the next point now? Okay, I think I can easily find out the department in which Bhavva works. See, what are the different departments? We are focusing with respect to this person B, right? Can it be HR? No, it cannot be HR. Out of the 7 departments that we have here, can Bhavva's department be HR? No, because HR is in the first position. Can it be IT? It cannot be IT. IT is also eliminated. We know that it cannot be admin or marketing or sales. We have already listed this, right? Admin or marketing or sales cannot come here. So admin, marketing, sales are also ruled out. Admin is ruled out, sales is ruled out, marketing is ruled out. Yes or no? Admin, marketing, sales cannot come here. What are the possibilities? Either support or finance. Either support or finance. Again, we already know that Ejaz works in finance. You look at this. Ejaz works in finance. So can it be finance for Bhavva? No. So what is the only department left out? Support. So support has to come here. You understand? Support has to come there because that's the only department left out. All others are blocked. HR, admin, sales, marketing and IT cannot come here. Finance is blocked by Ejaz. So Bhavva has to take support department. Clear? So we have been able to fix one more point. Okay. Now what do we do? Look at this. What else can be done? Now you have to, now it's the actual real puzzle, right? You have to now find out and read between the lines to complete the gap. And that is the reason I say, you never know how much time it's going to take. So that is the reason always the best way to solve such questions is to skip and go to the next one. However, let's just try and complete it, right? So what else can be done? Can we use this point? Ejaz works in finance? No. Finance can come in 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ejaz can come in any one of those. So not really easy to fix that. Aman and black? No. I think in terms of color, only red color is fixed. So there are 6 possibilities for Aman and black. I think one more interesting point that we know is that white is less than yellow, yellow is less than Ejaz, right? See, the one who likes yellow is more experienced than the one who likes white, but less experienced than Ejaz. So white, yellow, Ejaz. That should be the sequence. It need not be that white and yellow are together. White should be lesser than yellow. You're getting it? Don't consider that white, yellow and Ejaz will be together in that sequence. It need not be. White is less experienced than yellow. So if yellow is 5, white should be 4, can be 3, can be 2, can be 1. All are possible. Okay? And yellow should be less than Ejaz. So can something be done here now? Let's think of that. See, we know that Ejaz cannot come in 7th place. Ejaz cannot come in 6th place. Because Ejaz works for finance, right? 7th place is blocked by IT. 6th place is blocked by support. Ejaz can come in 5th position. But if Ejaz comes in 5th position, yellow and white can take many possibilities. Ajaz can also come in 4th position. What happens if Ajaz is taken in 4th position? Ajaz is taken in 4th position. Yellow cannot come in 3rd. Yellow has to come in 2nd, and then white has to come in 1st. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are getting 2 possibilities here. There are only 2 possibilities for Ajaz in my view. Ajaz can either come in 5th place or 4th place. If you getting me? If Ajaz comes in 5th place, yellow can come in 4th place, white can come in 2nd place, or yellow can come in 2nd place, white can come in 1st place. Even that is possible. Ajaz can come in 4th place. If Ajaz is taken in 4th place, then the only possibility is yellow in 2nd position and white in 1st position, because yellow should be less than Ajaz and white should be less than yellow. Can Ajaz come in 3rd place? No. Yeah, Ajaz can come in 3rd place also, right? If Ajaz comes in 3rd place, yellow in 2nd place, white in 1st place. Yeah, so multiple possibilities. I'm trying to check. I mean, I know we can immediately consider 2 possibilities and try out both of them, but I'm trying to fix maybe one more parameter which can help us reduce the number of possibilities, right? So just trying to look at more points there. What else can be concluded? See, we know that blue and yellow both are less than dharma, and white is also less than yellow. So dharma should be ahead of yellow, should be ahead of blue, and should be ahead of white also, no? I think I've got a clue. Let's merge these 2 points. See what happens. See, try to understand. We know that dharma is ahead of yellow and blue. Dharma, in terms of experience, is ahead of yellow and ahead of blue. Between blue and yellow, which is ahead of, which is greater is not known to us, but definitely dharma is ahead of these 2, blue and yellow. And yellow is ahead of white. So can I clearly say that dharma is ahead of yellow, blue, and white, all 3? Yes or no? Yes or no? If I merge these 2 statements, what do I get? Dharma is ahead of blue and yellow is ahead of white. So clearly dharma is ahead of blue, yellow and white. Dharma is ahead of blue, yellow and white. Yeah? Dharma is ahead of blue, yellow and white. Which means if you try to kind of, let's say in some sequence, you're able to follow. The conclusion that we have is, from these 2 points, I'm writing on top, dharma is greater than blue, is greater than yellow, is greater than white. Right or not? This is a very important conclusion that we can derive from these 2 combinations, right? Dharma is ahead of yellow and blue, and yellow is ahead of white. So clearly dharma will be ahead of these 3 colors. Now between these 3 colors, what is the sequence is not known to us. Between these 3 colors, blue, yellow and white, the sequence is not known to us. But then, if you try and understand, even if we take the first 3 positions, can blue, yellow, white be taken in the first 3 positions? No. The 3rd position is blocked for red. So maybe 1st, 2nd and 4th positions are for these 3 colors. Let's assume 1st, 2nd and 4th positions are for these 3 colors. Dharma can come on 5th position. Can dharma come on 6th position? No. Can dharma come on 7th position? No. Because again, another point we know is dharma is less than pink. That also is known to us, right? Dharma is less than pink. So try and understand. We are trying to find out dharma's position. What is dharma's position? Can dharma come in 7th position? No. Dharma cannot come in 7th position. Because if dharma comes in 7th position, pink should go in 8th position, which does not exist. So dharma cannot come in 7th position. Right? Can dharma come in 6th position? No. Because 6th position is blocked by this person Bhavva. Can dharma come in 5th position? Yes. If dharma comes in 5th position, I have 3 vacant places for 3 colors. Blue, yellow and white. And dharma cannot take 4th position, because if you take dharma in the 4th position, I know that blue, yellow, white should be less than dharma. So if dharma is in 4th position, let's say dharma comes here, what happens? If dharma comes here, blue, yellow, white should be ahead of dharma, should be less than dharma. So blue, yellow, but 3rd position is already blocked by red. So dharma cannot come in 4th. So the only possibility for dharma is 5th. Dharma has to be in 5th position. You understand? Dharma has to be in 5th position. I hope all of you have understood this key point. Dharma cannot come in any other position. Right? Dharma cannot come in any other position. Dharma has to be in 5th position. If Dharma is in 5th position, it implies 1st, 2nd and 4th positions. 1st, 2nd and the 4th position are blocked for these 3 colors. Let me call it BYW because we don't know the sequence yet. Let me call it BYW. BYW. Blue, yellow, white. Blue, yellow, white. Blue, yellow, white are blocking these 3 colors. Blue, yellow, white. Okay, blue, yellow, white. Fine. Now, we also know that Dharma is less than pink, which means pink is ahead of Dharma. So if Dharma is in 5th position, pink can come in 6th or 7th. But we have already noted that pink cannot go in 6th position. So the only possibility for pink is 7th position. So pink color is also fixed. Yes or no? Pink should be greater than Dharma. So pink can either come in 6th place or 7th place. But 6th place cannot take pink is already concluded by us. So pink has to go in 7th place. That is also fixed. Right? Now, okay. But there is a confusion. We know that Aman likes black. Where will Aman go? Aman cannot take 1st, 2nd or 4th positions because none of these positions have black. They all have blue. Aman cannot come in 5th and 6th position because these are blocked by Dharma and Bhava. And Aman cannot come in 7th position because Aman likes pink. So where will Aman go? Oh, this is not giving us even a single result. Let me check if I have committed any mistake anywhere. Dharma is more experienced than one who likes yellow color. So Dharma should be ahead of yellow clearly. And we know that yellow is more experienced than white. Okay. More experienced than white. And how do we know? Blue is less experienced than Dharma. Yeah, so blue is less than Dharma. Yellow is less than Dharma. And white is less than yellow. So clearly blue, yellow and white, all 3 should be less than Dharma. Yeah, nothing wrong here, right? So Aman likes black color. Where will it go? Aman likes black color. I cannot take black in 5th position or 6th position. I'm calling it a BYW series. I mean, this is like, let's say BYW. We don't know the sequence, but BYW. Uh-oh. What is wrong here? Sorry. Ijaz works in the finance department. I think I can also say that blue will come in 4th position. I'll tell you why blue will come in 4th position. I think that point also can be fixed. I am stuck with Aman yet. Aman's position is not known to us, but if you read, it says in one place it says that Chandan and Fiza both are less than blue. Chandan and Fiza both are less than blue, right? Somewhere it had given Chandan and Fiza. Look at this point. Chandan and Fiza are less than blue. So can blue come in 1st position? No. Blue cannot come in 1st position because Chandan and Fiza should be less than blue. Can blue come in 2nd position? No, because Chandan and Fiza are less than blue, right? We need 2 places before blue. So the only possibility is blue has to come in 4th position. Blue has to come in 4th position. So this can be now fixed, right? I can say the 4th position is blue. Let me clear this. The 4th position is blue. And I can remove blue from the 1st and 2nd choices, right? Where's the pen? Yeah. The 4th position is blue. And Chandan and Fiza can come in 1, 2, 3. Okay, Fiza also does not come in 1, so Fiza can come in 2 or 3. But still, what do we do? Okay, there's one more point. You see, you look at this point. Fiza neither likes yellow color nor is the least experienced employee. So Fiza does not like yellow color and nor is the least experienced employee. Okay, and Okay, that's not giving us anything. Fizza can come in second position or third position. There are two possibilities for Fizza. Are we missing something? Fizza neither likes yellow color nor the moon. Dharma does not work in support, which is anyway done. The one who likes yellow color does not work for sales. Yeah, I think Abhi, let's just check this. I mean, we have spent enough time already. I know you guys are losing your patience. I am not. I seriously want to understand what have we done wrong here, because B's position is fixed in 6th place. That is for sure, right? I'm looking at my solution here. Why did we fix B in 6th place, by the way? Because only one person is more experienced than B. And then we know that Dharma should come ahead of 3 colors, blue, yellow, white. We have already checked that, right? Because Dharma is more experienced than yellow. Yellow is more experienced than white, right? And Dharma is more experienced than blue. All these 3 points have been given to us. So clearly Dharma should be, the least position in which Dharma can be is 4th position, because Dharma is ahead of yellow, ahead of white and ahead of blue. So Dharma can come in 4th position or 5th position. It cannot come in 7th position also, because pink should be ahead of Dharma. So 4 and 5 are the only 2 possibilities for Dharma. We did not take 4th position for Dharma because if I take Dharma in the 4th position, 1, 2, 3 should be for blue, yellow, white, out of which 3rd is already blocked for red. So the only possibility is Dharma has to come in 5th position. Now we are getting stuck with this point which says Aman likes black color. I cannot place Aman anywhere in this arrangement. What are the colors given, by the way? Blue, pink, red, yellow, green, black, white. Yeah. Aman likes black. Where will you fix? I think the problem is with this red color here. But the way we have placed red is correct. I can see your suggestions. You are saying that we have to place red in 5th position. But why? I can't do that. I can't change the question, right? The question very clearly says that, where is that? The one who likes red color is the 5th most experienced person. I know. I have also realized when I was doing it that if I take red in the 5th position, things will fall in place. Could fall in place. But 5th most experienced person. So you cannot change your the meaning of the statement, right? 5th most experienced. The most experienced is the 7th person. 5th most experienced is from the reverse direction. So 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. 3rd position has to be the 5th most experienced person. You getting it? 5th most experienced person does not mean 5th position, right? If you say red will go in the 5th position, you are trying to say that the most experienced person is number 1, which is HR. But very clearly the statement says HR is the least experienced person. So I can't do that. That could be a case, but then the question has to change. So Abhi, I think the question is incorrect here. It will not give us any result, right? It will not give us any result. I am not skipping it. I am not saying that I would still like to try it personally once again. But in my view, this will result in no solution. There is no solution for this question because we cannot fix Aman with black color on any of those 7 positions. Let me read your feedback also. Many of you have mentioned that I should change the position of red, but I will not do it because the statement clearly tells us that red is in the 3rd position. Yeah. Bhavani says, read 4th line, you have a clue for Fizza. In the 4th line, you have a clue for Fizza. Which is fine, I can fix Fizza, but overall the point is, where will Aman come? Aman likes black color. Where should I put Aman? Aman cannot come in 1st position because 1st position is for yellow or white. Aman cannot come in 2nd position because 2nd position for yellow or white. Yes or no? Let me share the screen and show it to you. Aman, we are working on this point that Aman likes. Here is the highlighter. Sorry, 1 second. Right? We know that Aman likes black color. Trying to fix this. Now where can Aman come? Try to find out the possible positions of Aman. Can Aman come here? Sorry. Can Aman come in this position? No, Aman cannot come here because this position is for yellow or white. Can Aman come in this position? No, because this position is for yellow or white. Can Aman come in this position? No, because this position is blocked by red. Can Aman come in this position? No, because this position is blocked by blue. Aman will like black color. Remember, Aman will like black color, right? Can Aman come in this position? No, this has already been blocked by Dharma. Can Aman come in this position? No, this position is already blocked by Bawa. Can Aman come in this position? No, Aman cannot come in this position because Aman likes black and this position is blocked for pink. So where will Aman come in this whole diagram? It's not possible. It is possible. It is possible if I shift the position of red. Like some of you have suggested, we should take a red in 5th position. Why? Because the data says that the 5th most experienced person. Where is that point? The one who likes red is the 5th most experienced person. But 5th most experience is not number 5. 5th most experience should come in the reverse direction, right? It will be number 3. So, Abhi Tripathi, I am concluding that there is no solution for your question. It is incorrect or something is missing. Something has to be tweaked in the question. Maybe we have to tweak this point. But should we do that? No. I would not like to change the question. But anyway, the approach remains the same, right? Maybe this is one which is giving us no solution, but approach remains the same. Right, the approach for solving this question remains the same. Try to quickly read the statements and fill the easier points first and then read between the lines. Right, I am concluding that there is no solution for this one unless we tweak the question, which is not supposed to be done. Can we change the position of blue? How can we change the position of blue? No, even if you change the position of blue, but blue has to come in either 1 or 2 or 4. Aman still cannot come anywhere. Right? One thing is for sure, that yellow, white and blue will be before Dharma. That itself closes it. Maybe 5th least experience, but why will we change the question? We will not change the question. Pavani says maybe the person who has typed the question made an error while typing. I don't think Abhi has typed this question. He has copied it from somewhere, so his source itself is wrong. Malbika Mohanty says this question was asked in SPA SO in 2016. For this only I wasted a lot of time and missed the chance. It was your fault. Your problem, Malbika. I am not trying to demotivate you, Malbika. It was your mistake. The question was not wrong. It was your mistake that you tried. I mean, it's an exception. Generally in IBPS exams or SBI exams, we don't see that there are errors in the question in the real exam, right? It is possible in SSC exams, but not in IBPS exams. However, why did you even try it? The first thing which I told you as soon as I took the question was that you should skip such questions. If you have taken it, it is your mistake. Neeraj says, if you are solving such kind of puzzle for yourself and not for us, then how much time will you take? That will consider us that how much time we can spend in such type of questions. Neeraj, if I am solving this question, I'll take 0 seconds. You know why? I'll not solve it. I don't want to brag about myself, but I'm a smart person. And smart people will skip such question. So I'll take 0 seconds. 0 seconds maybe after reading the question. I may end up spending about 1 minute to read the question and kind of analyze, but then I'll give it up. I'll give up immediately. I'll say, skip Baba, I don't want to take this chance. Risky, right? I want to play all the 50 overs. I don't want to behave like a hitter there and hit every ball that comes up to me, right? I'll leave some balls. It's a good one, I'll skip it. I'll solve all the other questions from all the other sections if time permits, and if I have no other better choice, I will give it a try, which will never happen. So ultimately I'm skipping it. Yeah. So the moral of the story is that the best way to solve such questions is to skip and go to the next one. Believe me or not, that's the best way you solve such questions. Now I know you will say that in exams we are getting 4 puzzles these days, we are getting 5 puzzles these days. Even then skip is the best solution. Last year it happened, right? IBPS PU exam, there were 35 questions, out of which 5 were puzzles, which means 25 questions were from puzzles and remaining 10 were independent questions. Students came back and told me, you said skip, skip, skip. If you skip all the 5 puzzles, we'll be skipping 25 questions. So did you want us to solve only 10?
I actually got scared when this question was asked to me. I was like, oh, how can they ask 5 puzzles? But my reaction to these people who came back to me, my own students, right, who came back to me was, did you at least solve the 10 questions properly? Forget about those 5 puzzles, but did you at least solve the 10 questions properly? They were like, we tried, but we were disappointed. 5 puzzles, you never explained us how to solve. You always said skip. And if you have to skip all the 5, I'm left with only 10. I still insisted on asking the same question, right? I mean, did you solve the remaining 10 properly? They said, we tried it. But what should we do with those puzzles? The cutoff was 4 marks in that exam. General category, the cutoff was 4 marks for reasoning. 4 marks out of 35 in reasoning that year for general category students. Can you not score 4 marks out of 10 questions? Those 10 questions were from topics like blood relations, directions, syllogisms, where we have a definite solution, definite method to arrive at the answer. So even if you follow that strategy, and if you solve those 10 questions, you could have easily solved those 10 questions. All those were 10 easy questions. You get 10 out of 10. You will definitely clear the cutoff. 4 was the cutoff, let's say. Even if the cutoff becomes 6, even if the cutoff becomes 7, even if the cutoff becomes 8, you still have a chance to clear that exam. Solve the quant section, solve the English section, and if time is left, then come back and try these puzzles. And I'm sure out of these 5 puzzles, at least one will be easy. Not all the 5 will be complex. And if all the 5 are complex, remember that all the 5 are complex for all the people who are taking the exam. It's not for only you, right? Definitely one will be easy. Now, you should be smart enough to choose the easier one out of these 5 puzzles. Right? You should be smart one to choose the easier one. Sometimes you may make wrong choices, but attempting in the beginning itself is the least thing that you should do. I know this question would come. Sharmishta Ghosh says, but according to cutoff, it's scary these days. Skip, skip, skip. What will be left in our hand? You will be left with 10 questions in your hand, and if you solve those 10 questions, Sharmishta, you'll get 10 marks. Let's say you get 8 marks. You're still way ahead of the cutoff score. Puzzles are not complicated only for you. Puzzles are complicated for all of us, including me. I don't have a shortcut to arrive at the answer. The only way is to try it out. Believe me, this strategy works. The best way to solve your puzzles is to skip. Skip them immediately, solve the remaining questions from that section, solve the remaining sections, and then jump and come back here. And from those 2-3 puzzles that you have, make the best choice and move forward. Try it out this way. Take one chance in an exam with my strategy. If it doesn't work for you, then maybe you find out better ways of solving puzzles. And if you find a better way of solving puzzles, please tell me also, because I've been looking for a shortcut to solve these puzzles for more than 6-7 years now. I have never got one. On that note, let me close this session. I hope all of you have enjoyed this. I thought this is an interesting one and we could solve it, but the question came out to be wrong. So Abhi Tripathi, there's no solution for the question that you have posted. Try it yourself once again. I will also try it out. And if I find that there's a solution, I'll definitely let you know without changing the question, right? We are not going to change the question. Okay, so keep that in mind. Skip is the best way to solve many questions from the reasoning ability section. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope all of you have enjoyed. Please share your valuable feedback. I would wish to take more and more questions in your sessions coming forward, and make sure that you kind of refresh all these concepts. All right, we'll meet again tomorrow at 7 p.m. with your IBPS PO refresher series, session number 2, which is going to be on reasoning, and this has been brought to you by a partnership between Talent Sprint and GradeUp. Right, so see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. for your IBPS PO refresher series, session number 2. Till then, keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves. Bye.